Okay. Oh, where's my camera? There. Okay. Hi, Ronmu. Hi, Smile. Hi, Hobbit. Oh, hi, Katie. Um, this is a weird day where I'm actually not like running behind schedule. So I'm like, I've been sitting here for like 2 minutes, like, I think I'm ready. I think I got everything. Hi, Grianne. Hi, Leon. I don't think I'm forgetting anything, but like, this never happened. So I'm like, oh, this feels wrong. I'm definitely forgetting something. Grianne, you're doing it too early. There's like 5 people here. Chat, do this. You're all gonna miss it. Hi, Archangel. See? See? Just the 3 of us. Maybe a 4th. Smile spelled it wrong, so he doesn't count yet, but... Okay. You gotta do it like 20, 30 minutes in. Let's start stretching. Do our knee lifts. Ugh. Why is my balance so bad? Match? Don't be mad at me. You're the one that's doing it early. Ah, there we go. Every time I do my left knee lift, I feel a pop back here. Nice. It's Fark mode, Ewan. I'm gonna assume that's dark mode, Ewan. Hi, Gana. I spelt it right. You just don't let the emote work. No, I think I know what Pat Fiend does, and we're not adding that one. You expect your balance to be good in those heels? Here's what it really is, Gana. I think people have a dominant leg, same way they have a dominant hand, right? For me, my right hand is very much dominant compared to my left. With my legs, my balance on my my left foot is way better than my balance on my right. I'm like shaky standing on my right foot. On-screen celebration. Oh my. Okay. The third leg. Yeah, I have a dominant leg. Okay, Hobbit. Wait, there's actually a Pat Fiend? Oh, yes. You should go Google it on 7. Go look it up through 7TV and see what it is. Hydrate team. People always want me to have a hydrate redeem, Katie. But because it's an exercise stream, it's like, I gotta maintain it. Hi, Kyle. It's something that's like, I need to be the one in control of this. That's the only reason I don't do a hydrate. Other than that, I love teasing streamers that have a hydrate regime and calling them Tamagotchis that need to be watered and fed. No need for redeem. We will, we've got our water bottle on our treadmill. It's over there right now. Well, what the hell is this outfit? Oh, Kyle. Kyle, you've been away the last 2 days. Yeah, we have a new outfit. Got this. Let's give Kyle the rundown real quick. It's got this color. And then it also has this color. And then each one also comes with a hakama. Hi, Techno. Oh, yeah, cool Spider Lily theme. I think I like the Spider Lily theme the most over the other 2. But I need to recolor the obi. The white obi is like, I don't like this. No need for redeem. Well, what the hell is this outfit? You could also have to take several... You would also have to take several piss breaks. I still drink about, the same water. I still drink 32 ounces on our walk. But, it's just, on the treadmill. We can remind the whole team to hydrate with stretches before and after. True. One thing I find funny is that my dominant arm is better at pulling, but my other is better at pushing. Huh. That's interesting. Morninglin. Hi, Techno. Making 3 catering orders at Worklin. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to assume that means work isn't too swamped, but I hope it goes fast nonetheless. He loves this outfit, cute outfit. I don't see any Pat Fiend. I'm pretty sure it's there, unless it's been removed. Hi, Sarah. Also, 50. I think you added an extra 0 there, Leon. Spider lilies are pimping. I don't see what the issue with Pat Fiend is. I sent you what I saw. Let me check real quick. Huh. I actually don't see Pat Fiend. I thought it was like the two hot boys humping. That's what I thought Pat Fiend was. No, no, it just is 500. Just, we're gonna say it's 500. I do see pot sex. That's pot sex and it's lower. I'm pretty sure Pat Fiend was like, or yeah, Pat Fiend was about the same. When I woke up this morning, my back felt fine, no issues. And then I sat in my chair the past hour and a half, and it feels bad. And I'm like, man, how did I do it this fast? This fucking stinks. Hi, Devil Gated. There's Pot Champ. I think I remember one of the old animes I watched through Toonami or Adult Swim had an ED that started with a shot of spider lilies. I also think this is correct. It could have been Inuyasha. Which one would that have been? I know exactly which one you're talking about, but Inuyasha, I just said it. Yeah, I'm like, I remember Inuyasha being something like that, but I like the pot pussy. What are we at? Lunges? We're at lunges. Oh. Thank you, Hobbit. Hey, Ewan. What's up, Gana? 3. Did you try Feral Druid and Mop? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Feral Druid and Mop was one of the hardest iterations of Feral Druid. And my ex played it. And I'm the type who, if someone else is playing a thing, I look at it as, oh, that's their class. I can't play this class. And so, my ex played Feral Druid. I played Rogue for just about the entirety of Mop. Doki Doki Yulin Club. This shit's fucked. Is this the walking world today? Yeah. It's funny. This is a very cozy world. It just also works as a walking world. I really like this shot here with the open train behind me and you can see it moving there. That's just like, it's just cool. Let's see. We did lunges. We're at hamstring. This is very cozy. This world is designed as a cozy sleeping map. Hi Stalking, hi Noob. And so just realized I missed trailers yesterday. Well, Kyle, if you want to go through them, the VOD will be posted in about 2-3 hours. There's also just the playlist in the Discord. We watched the Nintendo Direct before it, but I imagine you've already seen that. This is very, very cozy. Hello. It's a big ass hangout maps, good for multiple groups. I've never spent much time here as a hangout map. Hi, Oni. The most time I've spent here is with my friend Core after her like World Hop. And then this is the like Fallout. This is the fall asleep map that she likes to go to because she just loves this room with the open scenery there. That's cool and all, but where is the evil train trying to ram you like the little hero you are? Different train map. Or try learning Feral and Raid. Does learning Raid mechanics and Feral mechanics. Hi, Oni. Frees up and hangs out on Oni's shoulder. Safe to say I sucked. Feral is gnarly because it's built around snapshotting. And hi, Joe. They have made easier iterations of Feral. Particularly, I think of Legion. Legion had a very easy to play mode of Feral. But in MoP, this is when they had Savage Roar. I think Savage Roar comes from the expansion before WoD. No, WoD is after MoP. When did Savage Roar? I feel like it was in MoP. I don't know. They wanted you to use Blood Talons, Tiger's Lust, and Savage Roar for every rip. And it is just... it's fucking hard. Savage Roar was Burning Crusade? Oh. I do not like snapshotting and wish it wasn't a thing. If you don't like snapshotting, Feral is not for you. Because Feral is at all levels of like optimum play, no matter what expansion is, they think you want to go with snapshotting. And I kind of get that. You know, it's the one spec built around snapshotting. Don't forget Dream of Cenarius. Oh god, that one too. It is very much the line everything up, put the bleed on. I hate it personally. I do not like snapshotting. Hi, Maru. You wink. Thinking about getting my second coffee. Hoi hoi, hi Pixel. Savage Wars TBC, I'm pretty sure. Comfy, do it. Don't forget Dream Scenarios. Of course you're here too. Hi, Maru. Bleed on, wait 30 seconds, put bleed on again. Those 4 things, plus whatever trinket you have, it's just so many things to line up. And it's... my ex was very, very good at it. My ex was like 99% parsing. And clearing... it wasn't mythic, but heroic at the time. And he was very, very good. What did I play? I played Assassination Rogue until the very end. Once Siege of Orgrimmar came out, I switched to Combat because they had the trinket that reduces cooldowns when you use Eviscerate, which Combat already had Ruthless Blades, which did that. And so I was like, trinket stacks with passive? That's gonna be nutty. And so I just wanted to be there. Well, if you want a tank, I mean, it should be great for that, right? If you want to DPS, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they had bear tanks in MoP. I'm not sure if they split the talent trees by then. When did they split Guardian off from Feral? I don't actually know when that happened. MoP? Okay. What are we at? Toe touch? Holy shit. It's 9:14. We're making great time today. I'm not used to having stuff hang off my arm, so I keep looking at the camera and being like, oh, it's intersecting me. Once it's here, it fucking goes through my fat hips that stick out. Ugh. I can't bear because one of the DPS wanted a tank, so I got demoted to DPS. Is this a completely fresh guild you're in? Like, do you have connections to this guild and you want to play with them? Or is this like, you found them in trade chat? Sorry, the cat. Umi. Level new tune and find new guild. You and his tummy thick boy hips. Kinda. I had a bit of a scare, so I'm kind of like keeping an eye on my waist tracker. It wasn't turning on. Well, actually, it was turning on, but it was going orange and then off, then orange and then off, and then orange and then off. And I'm sitting here like, uh-oh, does that mean it didn't charge yesterday? Because orange is the charging light. But if it's going on and off, does that mean like it's so low charge that it thinks it's charging and then dying? That's a really bad sign. I was able to get it on, and it says it's full power, so I'm like, what the fuck was that when I was trying to turn this thing on? It doesn't have a fix like restart your computer, because when the trackers are off, they're not connected to the computer, right? So it's like, uh-oh. I guess technically you could plug it into the computer, and that might be able to solve some issues. I was very worried about it. And so now I'm like, is this thing in the right spot? Is it drifting in any way? No, it seems good, but play with them for the last like 6 months. Wait, hold on. You've been the tank for this group for 6 months, and somebody just was like, I'm the tank now. And they were like, okay, tank, you're down. That seems crazy to me. What did we do? We just did toe touch. We're at cami stretch. I don't know. I don't know what the next tech is. Technically, I could have like 6 trackers on me, or I guess like 11. But man, I hate how my legs bend when you cami stretch. Yepers, that's what I thought too. Did you did you mention that at all? Like, because to me, I'd be like, if I wanted to tank and they were just like, hey, this guy wants to tank, so you're DPS now, I'd be like, I'm about to find a new guild. What do you mean? If it was with the guild I've been playing with, so if it was Demi Kitchen, who I've been running with for 5 years, then I would probably be like, we gotta have a conversation about this, because I don't want to DPS, but I feel like those guys would kind of, those guys would adhere to, this guy's been doing tanking, he kind of has priority with it. Kind of just telling you you're DPS now, that does not sit right with me. Hello, hello. I know Leon's there. He is. Hi. Would cami stretch where it squats? Ping pong tracker suit image suit set win? Absolutely never. The idea of doing a ping pong tracker suit, Kyle, when I'm sweating on a treadmill, that sounds so vile. If I'm DPS now, you're missing my old slot and a TPS slot? Yeah, if... Now, for me in particular, I'm kind of the, I'll fill. I was told yesterday that Frisu and Willowren are going to be our tanks going into this next raid. And Frisu's like, a tank. She almost exclusively plays tank. But I think she DPS the first patch, this one. I should actually tell her that she can DPS if she wants, because I told this to Will. I was like, hey Will, if you want to DPS or heal and you feel stuck in the tank role, I do not mind tanking. I'll fill occasionally, but not permanently. See, for me, it's the opposite. I hate filling occasionally, but I will absolutely fill permanently. When a patch is coming out, I'll be there like, hey, do you want me to DPS? Do you want me to tank? Do you want me to heal? Do you want me melee DPS? Do you want me range DPS? I will do what the group needs. But once I commit to a role, that's what you have me as. I'm not doing anything else. Hi, Sen. But it's Titan form fitting. Yeah, but for stream, that's an absolutely like hell no. Wife VT. What are we at? We're at squats. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was kind of like X wants to say, you're good with just DPSing, right? Did you say absolutely not? Or did you like, yeah, I guess so? Mind I was the off tank before, but you know. Mouse dodge tank? Mouse dodge tank. Huh? There's kind of a dodge tank in WoW, but also not really. Get it? Because they're small? No. What? I think you're talking about Katie Mouse, who said in her hypothetical situation? Fuck. The absolute, like, joke destroyer, Euland. No, I didn't get it. Just stares at you for 10 seconds. Yeah, it's kind of just like all at once. How are you, Euland? Hi, Nick. I'm good, I'm good. We're going through our stretches pretty fast. 3, 4, 5. Oh, we played a lot of Xenoblade yesterday. I had a lot of fun with it. Alright, going back to bed. You're going back to bed? I think I may just level my locker at DK or something. I was a really good warlock in Cataclysm. And then going into MoP, I was like, I want to play warlock again, right? That's what I mained in Cata. I was a dog shit warlock. Like, I was horrendous on warlock and MoP, and so I switched to rogue and it ended up being like really, really good. MoP was probably the best I was at the game playing rogue. Assassination and combat. Hi, Micaiah. Wait, Katie. If you're the same one I know, a long time no see. Hypothetical. Did you say hypothetical? Well, if you insist. You were stuck on an island and you had to choose for me and a giant crab. What would you pick? That's what I'm picking, Smile. That's what I'm fucking picking. Who is the tiny cutie? We have Senral and Leon. This one's Leon. This one's Senral. Good to see you, Kyle. Do locks still have snapshot? I think in MoP they do. I think after MoP they took snapshotting away from everybody but feral druids. Good to see you too, Leon, the one and only. Hi, Flaming Gamer. What's up, cutie? I love this new look. Very fashionable. Thank you. Hi, Kimmy. I thought Como was here. Was like, oh no, I'm bracing myself. Katie is a good bean. I have heard the name a few times. I have heard only good things about them from Eto and Oni. And then I have met them in Eto streams a few times, somewhat recently. And now she's been here and it's like, oh hell yeah. Oh, Ace up. We've done 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. I try to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was watching Kuro play Monster Hunter this morning. I think they're still playing Monster Hunter right now. They were not having fun with Uthduna. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for you. But I like didn't really have time to come help and play with them. But like, oh man. Uthduna is such a like frustrating fight because he could just one-shot you. You just be like, okay, you're dead now. And it's like, what do I do against this? I try to be. Well, good to see you randomly again after all these years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got the worst thing. We've got the worst thing to do. Ely, I got a new pricing. I probably won't jump on for a little. Oh, piercing. Heals for it. Hell yeah. 27 start, 30 end. Oh, this actually feels great on my back, laying like this. Got my helix done? I don't know what a helix is. I feel like I should know. I don't mean to be harping on about Mop. But what the hell's with the tokens and extra loot rolls? So, the extra loot rolls was something they added in Mop to give you a little bit more control in target-specific loot. So basically, like top of the ear is area? Okay. So basically, you get these 3 tokens every week. They cost gold or some other currency, I forget. But, let's say you really wanted a weapon in Mogushan Vault. You really want that weapon. Well, when you go through Mogushan Vaults, 6 bosses, let's say the weapon drops from Elagon. You would kill each boss and get a chance at loot for each one. But you could use a token on Elagon and get a second roll of loot and potentially get that weapon you want. Let's say you really, really wanted it and you're hardcore and like super sweat player. You would join a second raid group, get 0 loot, but use your token on Elagon a second time. Hi, Violet. And then you do it a third time. Is it personally? It is personally. The loot you can get from it is only you. I can't get industrials done, Satch. My ear does not support it. Damn. I have both done. Super cute, best piercing in my opinion. I might get some more, to be honest. So I do want some more lobes done too. Yeah, it should be personal. It's not for the raid group. Get new ears. Upgrade to ear 2.0. 2 minutes done. 1 more to go. Same. I'm 1 and 1 on both ATM. I just only got one side done. Learn not to get both done at the same time. Am I Giga side sleeper? Yeah. That was smart. 30 seconds. Oh god. Oh god. 20 seconds. Guys, I hate plinking. I love the results, but I hate plinking. Just get cat ears, then pierce them too. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh. I was dying sleeping on my back. Got less sleep than I normally do. True, I'll get elf ears. I'm a side sleeper. I just slept between two pillows. Good job. Hi, Octomage. Oh, I missed the hard part. You did, you did. Well, am I going to get the mini roll head pats? Hell yeah. Deadland. Oh, Sarah? Is Sarah still here? Oh, I want to know how long Sarah can... no, it's right there. That's pants. Okay, Kimmy. Okay, just kidding. Sorry, Lamau. I have never believed a sorry less than, nah, it's right there, Pants Grab. Just kidding, sorry. Followed by an immediate Lamau in full caps. That is like the least believable sorry I think I've ever seen in my life. I'll walk in the park from here on out. Hopefully. Classic. I'm not saying it's only penis jokes, but... with Kimmy, I am. It's literally all penis jokes. Okay. I want to change my trackers. You guys wait there. I was genuinely scared this morning with the waist tracker being weird. I was like, no, please don't die. It's not a penis joke is even funny. Yes. Yes, it is. It is still funny. In fact, it's probably more funny. Thank you, me. Also, what do you mean, Stalland? We made great time today. We're like at 33 minutes and we're done planking. We had great time today. Hi, GGG. Thank you for the follow. Yuli sounds cute. Have I shown you my Mops Monk's name? I think you did. I think you actually did. Show me anyway, just to make sure. But I think you showed me one character, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And you're like, that's my monk. And I was like, oh, shit. Keen Puncher? Yeah, yeah. I thought that was some random, like, rando in Jade Forest that you saw. I was like, ugh. They chose that as a name, and you were like, that's my name. Oh, sorry. I know. I've never gotten more laughs than that time. I showed someone my face. Don't say that, smile. Oh, that was a Sen in the background. It is, it is. I think this might have been your fastest day. There have been some days where even with the current routine, I get it in under 20. But that's like, I'm just sprinting. I am hard locked in on doing it. I don't know why. It's like I've lost the ability to to do the stretches and talk at the same time. I don't know why my classics names are so goofy. Not literally 2.5 miles. 5 seconds of stream equals Stalland. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? We fixed our trackers. It's time to get on the treadmill. Let's do that. This here, we put this here. I need to change, so we're gonna be about, I'm gonna say here. We have a new video today. I recorded Dunmorrow 2 days ago. I was going to walk to it yesterday, but then it was like, oh, game trailers. And so we're getting to it today. We're good on time today. compared to the past, right? I'm still awful. But, you know, it's not over 40. It's not over, it's not over an hour like I've done sometimes. Got a good volume. I feel like I could go up a little bit, but I'll let it hang there for a moment. This is the dwarf starting zone. 30-minute yap stretch sesh seems fine. Yeah, it's... So there's a lot of things that I do as a streamer that seem odd. One of those things is, I don't have an intro screen. Most streamers, I would say, have an intro screen, so they kind of let people filter in. But it doesn't really make sense for me. Because I feel like the main part of my content is the yapping. Is the walk. The stretching, there's yapping there. But it's like the intro yapping. It's like the, hey, good morning, everybody. There's a lot of, you know, saying hi to these people, listening to what they're saying as they come in. It's not like, I'm usually never going through my notes when I'm stretching. And so, the stretching is kind of my intro screen. I hate starting soon screens. I don't hate them. Though for me, I usually get like a going live message at like 50 seconds into a stream. So what will happen for me is like somebody will go live and I'll see like, you know, this person is live. And I'm like, oh cool. And I open their stream and it's a starting soon screen. And if it's like, if it says 4 minutes left, I'm like, oh fuck, okay. I'm wasting 4 minutes, right? Hi, Dr. Corgi. If it says starting in 9 minutes or 14, then I'm literally clicking off immediately. I'm like, if I remember, I'll come back. But I get it. For a gameplay screen, you say that. I try, Micaiah. I don't always succeed, but I try not to yap too much about notes. Maybe if it's notes that I'm gonna, like, say a lot throughout the day, right? So the Yukata was, we're gonna be talking about that all day, that day. I will try to remember to come back if I see a long starting soon screen. But other than that, it's like, I'm not gonna wait around for 14 minutes watching nothing. I'm gonna go watch something else. But I do get it, right? If you're a gameplay streamer, especially if it's a story game, jumping right into the game is like, people are gonna miss that. And especially the case with story games. People feel like they don't want to miss anything. The moment they do miss something, they're like, well, now I don't care, right? If you were watching somebody's Yakuza 0 gameplay, and then you missed one of the chapters, it is very much like, I don't care. I'm out. I missed it, I don't watch anymore. And so you'll see story games like, when people start a story game, viewership is really high. The longer they go through it, the more the viewership goes down. And that's because, like, as people miss certain parts, they feel less inclined to show up. And so, like, a starting screen helps people not miss parts of a game. For gameplay, I feel like a starting screen is not just, like, good, but important. For me, much less so the case. The punishment is being cuddled to death. Yes. Please tow the sun away so I can VR without dying. Oh no. Is it hot as fuck down there, Kumi? You heard him? No one talked to him for the first 20 minutes of stream tomorrow. That is not what I said. No, no, no. Hate starting soon screens music. Good morning. You say that, but I've gone into VOD to see how you opened up. Because I'm usually in a meeting when you start. Especially with the first day of Yukata. I think, if I remember correctly with the Yukata, I was trying to be very close to the camera. And, not show it off immediately. And people are like, hang on, your collar's different. There's something in your hair. And it was very much like, tee-hee. Are we... I think our waist is drifting. Oh, and this was the tracker that I was scared, had trouble turning on. Oh, please behave. It's not turning off. There, okay, now it's off. Please turn on. Okay, phew, we got it on. I'm scared with this tracker now. Ugh. I finally got a Mac. Mike, I'm so excited to talk to all of you. Yulin leaves forever. I just go to a different screen and forget about the starting soon one. That is what happens with me a lot. Intro screens where you just sit there and stare at a screen for 5 minutes doing nothing. Oh boy, walking time. Finally got a mic. Go live, yap for 20 minutes. Play game is the peak. I'm okay with like a 5-minute starting screen and then yapping and then play game. What Koyo does is he has a starting screen for like 5 minutes, although it kind of runs long sometimes and will be like 7 or 8. And then he will yap for a fucking hour, and then he will play a game. I don't care if I miss Yakuza gameplay, unless it's Majima everywhere. But no one turns off the starting student screen, then starts playing. They then yap forever. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, Yulin? Tell us about your collar. Mike. Oh. Like the collar to the yukata, goofball. That's how you know your chat is whipped. I've mentioned it before. The streamer that has whipped their chat the most is Corvu. Literally put on a starting soon screen and sat there for an hour and 47 minutes. Viewership stayed at like 25 the whole time. And then she comes back and like 2 hours later and is like, yeah, I got hungry, so I went and made dinner. But I didn't have anything, so I went to the grocery store. And we're like, you went to the fucking grocery store after hitting your go live button? Yeah, and I made this, and it was so good, guys. And like, then she's just gushing about how good her dinner was that she cooked. And we're like, is this abuse? Is our streamer abusive? I think last week he started gameplay within like 40 minutes of stream start. Maybe he was like, so, I mean, he could have just been excited for the game. I don't doubt that. That's true, there's one stream I'll sit through the starting soon screen. I would have been gone after the first 10. I was watching 2 streams. I think I had it on 2 monitors, and I was like, what is she doing? What the fuck? Hi, Cairo. Have you ever collected Steel Silk with your life on the line? Wow. You missed it, Cairo. We already talked about Xenoblade. We kind of went off on it for like 30 minutes. The stream equivalent of tying up your sub and then leaving the room to make a meal. Hi, Cairo. I'm grilling myself. We didn't talk about Xenoblade at all. You're good. I'm just teasing you. Can confirm, Cairo. Aiko, I mean. It was last Wednesday's thing. Yeah. Yes, abuse. But Corvu is so cute and ditzy, I don't think she recognized it. It's such a, like, both sides, Katie. Because Cora's, like, really smart. She's, like, really, really smart. I think she's smarter than me by a long shot. But then she just does such ditzy things that's like, how do you function in life? I'm grilling myself, can confirm, Kaya. Kinda can't talk about Xenoblade anymore. Oh? Why not, Octal? I'm planning to. I'm gonna be a little vague with some things, But, I'm very excited to talk about Xenoblade. I'll gilly do it. You can't temper with my feelings like this. Yes, I can. Incredibly so. There's some incredibly dense people that are super smart. They are rolled high on input, not whiz. Oh, just joking, because you said you already talked. Oh, gotcha. I was like, wait, is Octo, like, about to play Xenoblade so they don't want spoilers? Oh, no. We need a new game show called Are You Smarter Than a Marine Biologist? You're banned. You're banned, Violet. I don't like you calling me out like this. I don't know why I thought this. But Violet, the first joke that came to my head was incredibly mean-spirited. And I was almost like, they weren't. They said smart people that are incredibly dense. And I was like, that's really mean. Oh my god. This tracker is still drifting. I love that. Yeah, Octal said they were gonna play it. If they were lying, I will cry. Like in marine things or things like cooking. She's teasing me, Ganna. Because for 4 years, people thought I was a marine biologist. When I have nothing to do with marine biology. I have a degree in environmental biology. One day I'll get to play Xeno for real. I love that. I'm like, Ewan, spoilers don't bother me. I kind of hate surprises. Yeah, I know. You also can't cook. No, I literally can cook. What do you mean I can't cook? Cooking is not hard. Can you boil water? Can you stir a pot? Can you do simple measurements? Cooking is not fucking hard. I can't make things for other people. Can cook, can't cook well. I can cook great for myself. But I can't make anything for other people, not because of cooking. Because my sense of taste is busted. Chloe says meow. I'm pretty sure that means hello, Yuli. That description is me overall. I can't make pancakes. Charcoal isn't food, Yulin. I've never burned anything. Yulin, you eat like a child? That's not saying much, Lamau. Pancakes are hard. I'm gonna fix my tracker again. I don't have, like, advanced cooking skills making, like, crazy, incredible stuff. Turning on. There we go. But what I cook for myself, I think it's pretty good. It is difficult for me to learn new recipes because every recipe I see, if made perfectly, sucks ass to me. Because my sense of taste is wrong. So it's like, imagine all the cooking you have to learn to do. You have to learn for yourself because every recipe just tastes bad to you. Yulin just needs a maid cook? Hell no. He needs to cook something other than fake butter and pasta. Blessing the tracker, food processor. He is the maid cook? More likely. Or at least the maid. I feel like me being a cook would be hard. But I feel like I could probably get there with enough time and effort. With enough, like, repetition at trying to learn. I could eventually make things that, you know, the people I'm cooking for like. Wouldn't necessarily like them. But it's basically just I'd be cooking without doing any taste testing myself. Which feels like wrong for cooking. It's like, you need to be doing taste testing when cooking, but I just wouldn't be able to do that unless they're just there with me. I just made a noodle. Broth with sardines, peppercorns, cabbage, and mushrooms. And some gochujang. Crushed garlic while the noodles were boiling. See, I feel like I could make that. I look at that and I'm like, none of that sounds overwhelming or too difficult. I wouldn't like it myself. So there's very little reason for me to, like, learn this recipe. But I look at that and I'm like, nothing there is, like, out of my depth. Most good tasting food is actually pretty simple to make. Need to balance flavors too. I think you would be a good baker. If I was a baker, I'd be 400 pounds. Because that's more chemistry. A lot of baking is just like my absolute favorite stuff. Sugars and sweets, and also just breads. You could put like a fucking sourdough ball in front of me and I'll just eat the whole thing. Literally, like, you know those videos of like kid takes a watermelon to the baseball game and just eats the whole fucking thing, including the rind? That's me with fucking bread. You put like a 3-foot baguette in front of me, and I'm just like, I'll eat the whole fucking thing. And then with sweets, I cannot stop myself. I'm so bad with sugar. But fancy stuff is more complicated, usually due to presentation. Oh, you. I'm down 40 pounds. Chunky baby has a swizzle straw in my neck. Oh, I see. Well, that's kind of good, right? Yeah, well, sugar's like the only flavor you like. Yeah. Sadly. I also lost a ton of weight. Really? Hell yeah. Freya's down like 100 pounds, and that's like the big loser right now. The big loser. But I think that's because of all the coffee and stress. Oh, that's less good. No. Nice. Oh my god, if sugar exists, I shall eat. I can't stop. Every week, I buy a gallon of chocolate milk. And this is like my reward for finishing a walking day, right? And I have 1 glass at the end of walk. A gallon should last me about 10 days. It never does. It never fucking does. I'll do really good like the first 2 to 3 days. I will not have any extra. And then I'll have a day where like I have incline. And so I'll just be like, I've earned this. And I'll take some extra sips. And then it's like, oh. Hi, Logitech. We have not just taken a few extra sips. We have made it so that it has been 4 days and the milk is gone. Shit. When you're such a fucking loser is an insult. Well, that was the show, right? The Biggest Loser. Freya is a big loser. I fucking love sugar. I used to be made of like 90% sugar. Every time I see my doctor each month, it's lose 5 and gain 5. Isn't that show US only? What did he send me? He found a fucking image of Otharin. That character fucking stinks. Okay. I think there was a UK version of the show. It might have been US only. I don't think it's a show anymore. I think, it was a little bit... What's the word? It might have had a focus on, like, losing weight properly the first season, but it kind of drifted away from that and became more and more like just the numbers and not the health of it. And so I'd have to look it up, but I don't think it's a show anymore. So I'm either 70 or 75 every given time. That's not pounds. That's kilograms, right? KG. I'm similar. At the end of the week, I go, I have not murdered the idiots I call colleagues. I can treat myself. If I buy a bag of lollies to slowly eat through the week, it's gone within 5 minutes. Dude, there's no way. It's still drifting. I don't know why it's drifting so much today. 165, I think. I don't know, unless I Googled wrong. That sounds about right. I'm gonna sneeze, though. I'm gonna sneeze. Ugh, I snez. Oh, you just reminded me I need to buy new foot straps. Mine broke dancing last night. Oh, they broke? Blessing you. I've had such a problem with my straps, but they're the battery straps, so I'm like, I cannot just get new ones. I'm committed to these because they were like $100 fucking bucks. Yeah, the Velcro just ripped off. If they're just regular track straps, right? You know, the $20, $30 belts, I would just get new ones. If they're the battery ones, you can buy Velcro strips, which is what I did. And you can sew those on. Yeah, they were cheapies from 2 years ago dancing. Okay, yeah, if they're just cheapies, fucking fuck the sewing thing. That's too much effort. I went with the sewing because my track straps are the battery ones, and I'm not losing those $100 batteries. Damn, what are you doing? Dancing? I was doing Pai Pai with friends for like 3 hours? Hell yeah. I haven't been to Pai Pai dance in like 2 years. I used to watch Chloe there a lot. That was where she blew up streaming. What's Pai Pai? It is a world called Pai Pai Dance. It is a world that has like every Just Dance song in it, and it also has a lot of like YouTube dance videos in it. But it's specifically like Just Dance videos that play on a VRChat screen, as well as a catalog to all of them. This is my first time doing anything strenuous in months. I thought my left kneecap was going to pop off. I used to watch Chloe there a lot. That was where she like blew up as a streamer. And then back in like 2020, I wanted to get in better shape, and all the things I had been trying weren't working. So I was like, I know. Oh my god. These trackers are driving me nuts. Hi, Smug. I said, I know. I'll dance. I'll do like 5 songs a day. And, oh no, don't. And so I was trying to do 5 songs a day in Pai Pai Dance. It was fun. It was really hard to, like, get on just for Pai Pai Dance, right? Like, I'd be in the middle of stuff. And it was like, oh, I haven't exercised today. Let's go to Pai Pai Dance just to do 5 songs, right? And then get off and do, like, you know, the other games that I want to do. That felt awful. And so I did not stick to my routine much at all. I also had a friend. I had a friend that was like, dude, I want to get in shape too. Anytime you're doing it, just message me. And like, he came once, and then I'd say the other 30 times I did it, he was just like, oh, I'm busy, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm doing something. And the dude literally showed up one time, and that was it. They have a new summer theme for it right now. Actually, a decent looking map instead of just the void. Smug, I was watching a friend do, Uthduna this morning. They were not having a good time. How many songs a day did you do? About 5. Sounds about normal. I'm once then too tired. The songs I would always do. I would always do I'm Still Standing. That was like my first song. Enjoy the lyric, Violet. Thank you for hanging out. I'm Still Standing was like my favorite song. I would also do She-Wolf, Happy. What were the other songs? I remember, what's the Just Dance song that's on the train? I always did that one. I forget the other songs I would do. But those four, I remember those four. Still Standing is a classic Pi Pi. Yeah, that was like my go-to song that I always did the most. That was the one that was like, I could do that perfectly facing away from the map or the screen. That one was just like, I knew that one down pat. Bye bye. I bet Smug would enjoy Pi Pi Dance. Dude has probably been there. But I feel like if he hadn't, you'd be like, hey Smug, look this. And he'd be like, yo, this is cool. I'm down for this. Let's dance. I can literally hear that in his voice. Yeah. Pi Pi Dance, Just Dancing in VR chat. I think that'd be a cool way to lose weight. As like, you know, you stream that 5 days a week or 7 days a week. I'm happy with the walking. I feel very unique and stand outish with the walking. But I know a few streamers, Chloe first of all, that like they would just stream dancing. They would just go to Pi Pi Dance, dance to stuff, and have a good time. And then the DMCA stuff happened, and it was very much like, oh, even though there were workarounds, even though there were things they could do to continue it, it just felt very like this thing they had built up was not necessarily under attack, but crumbling. And so I think for Chloe, it kind of made her really sad and depressed. I've been tempted to get back into climbing for my fitness. I assume IRL climbing. I do know people that climb in VR chat for their fitness. DMCA only really hit the movie worlds. Everything else is just YouTube. It really hit the Guitar Hero streamers, the Beat Saber streamers, and Just Dance streamers. Like, all of those categories died overnight. And it's, in hindsight... Oh, you mean for Twitch? Yeah. We can look at them now and be like, you know, it's really not that bad. Just separate your audio and, you know, now you have shitty VODs, but you can still do these things. But there was so much fear around it, right? There was so much like, we know it's like this now, but at the time it was like, it was real scary. It was like, you're gonna get fucking banned for this stuff. And so I'm very sympathetic to the people who, they were just streaming those categories at the time then. It was very, very stressful. I mean, that shit was shoved into the dirt. Yeah. Icy Fire's here. Let's do holidays. And then I'll go into Xenoblade, because holy, I have a lot to say about Xenoblade. Pick your favorite chips! Oh god, has somebody picked mine already? Oh, I can't see because I'm in streamer mode! Every month there's a new category for the Koyo Discord of what we're doing for names. August 1st. Bram Pie Day, Homemade Pie Day, International Abarino Day, International Beer Day, International Child Free Day, Llamas. Lamas? It's Lammas. I don't know what that is. Lunasad? National Girlfriends Day, National Minority Donor Awareness Day, National Raspberry Cream Pie Day, National Spritz Day, Planner Day, Play Ball Day, Respect for Parents Day, Rounds Resounding Day, Scout Scarf Day, Spider-Man Day, Women Astronomers Day, World Lung Cancer Day, World Naked Sailing Day. Come on now. World Wide Web Day and Yorkshire Day. I guess Homemade Pie Day. That one's my favorite. What did this idiot send me? I've just used Stream Edge to break them. Yep. And Wild Down is currently off cooldown. Yep. So you should topple them before they're unbroken. Makes sense to me. Then why haven't you done it? Wild Down! Okay. I was expecting him to say a different move there. Wave, Icy Fire Hug, Air Hug, Leon. National Girlfriend Day. Air, I didn't know today was your day. Yorkshire, I'm a fan of dogs. The Homemade Pie Day was like, well, I'm just saying you're not the only one, LOL. Yeah. I would expect him to scream a different move there. For the joke, right? God, I can feel all my hair just getting under my ear cups. I hate it. Back scratch. So in Xenoblade, we've got the 7th character. They're very high DPS. They have a move that applies regeneration to new teammates. And I saw that and I was like, hang on. Double regeneration? Well, I find that quite interesting. Because the way I've been playing, I have Sharla in the team. And Sharla is just like the heal bot. Her damage kind of sucks. She can be very bursty and it's great for chain attacks, which I was playing with Ricky. But it is difficult to... Wah! Hi, Proxy. Hi, Lopner. Proxy. What do you think? Is this version the best color version of it? I think you've seen the other two. Hi, Raiders. Hi, Proxy. Proxy Raid. You guys have one guess what Proxy was doing today. Did you guess racing horses? If so, you're right. It's so interesting, at least for me, watching Proxy play horses now, because before, I didn't understand it at all. Like, I had no idea what was going on in the horse races. Now I watch, and I'm like, oh, I literally get it. I literally understand all this stuff. Thank you, Proxy. I really appreciate the raid. And good job today. Mwah. I just learned it blind. I've just learned from everybody else. I also think I'm learning kind of slow and not getting that good at it as much as I should be. Second guess would be Pew Pew. Yeah, I don't think there was Pew Pew. There might have been. This is a long wait. Hi, Lopner. I literally just booted up Uma. Lop. Gana, hi, Lopner. I just learned it blind. Uma Mama. I know, Masu. Both would have been right? Did you do Pew Pew and then Uma? I'm pretty sure I saw you doing Uma like... Well, I guess it would have been 2 hours ago at this point. Uma into Pew? Really? Maybe I saw the Uma last night before I went to bed. And then it was Pew Pew once I woke up. I don't know. Haxie really wanted to see us? Hell yeah. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Ah. Do it, you won't. Fuck you. Doing great. Just came from fun pew-pewing. Hell yeah. Now do it again? No. I did my dailies yesterday. I've slowed down a bit on Uma. I enjoy Uma. I just feel like I'm not getting the results I want. Like, I still haven't won a career. And I'm like, man, am I just dog shit at this? It feels not good never winning. Big thing is your support cards. I was doing auto select initially. I've been trying to do like what would be good. So I'm getting Kitas on black, and then I'm typically doing 3 speeds, so 4 total, and then a stamina and a strength. But it just like, I don't know. Speaking of, not seen Haxie in a bit. I think Haxie just has, one, a very volatile work schedule. One, you know, their sleep schedule is constantly changing. So sometimes they're awake at this time, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're awake at this time and working. Sometimes they're, you know, it's just their work schedule and sleep schedule are both volatile. 2, I think Haxie also typically goes where their interest is. And I think when they were very like, oh, I'm in a VR mood, I'm in a Victory of Round mood, they around here a lot. But right now they're in like a pew-pew Counter-Strike mood. So they're around, you know, the Counter-Strike players a lot right now. It's one of those things that, like, I consider myself good friends with Haxie. I'll see him around. I'm not really worried about them, like, going away for good. They're just, they're a friend that wanders around. Big thing is your support cards. I feel like winning a career, having the right deck, and getting lucky with events. Did you win? You need to have them leveled up and such, so they're doing what they're supposed to do. Low-level support cards are just 2 RNG to count on. Haxie is a real cat. True. 4 speed and 2 power has usually done me right. Power Rainbow training gives you enough stam for career. It depends on what career you're doing, right? Like, if you're doing Bakshin, you really don't need to put anything in stamina. But if you're doing, like, the long ones, you need quite a bit more stamina, right? I put out tastier food than Ewan. Wow. Good job. Am I better? I think I'm actually really bad at doing that noise. Good job, relatable. I wander from friend group to friend group. If you're doing a sprinter or mile runner, just do 4 speed and 2 wit. Medium, you want at least 1 stam card. Long, you want at least 2 stam. Okay. 2 wit, okay. That's probably been my biggest problem, because, like, I saw a build guide. It was like, hey, shoot for these stats. And it for Maruzinski specifically. And it had a decent amount of stamina on it. And so I was like, okay. I'm probably lower wit than I should be with my Maruzinski runs. I don't know. My Maruzinski just, I have not had a good run on her. There was one run that seemed like it was going good, and then she got mood down, training failed, mood down, training failed. It was like, what the fuck? She, like, got into traffic with her car, like, 2 times in a row. I was like, are you kidding me? If you want to be super efficient, use wit for energy regen. It's easier for sprint and mile, since you don't really need the other 3 stats for them. I learned yesterday that apparently there was a rework to Guts that we don't have on Global yet. But apparently, Guts right now is just stamina shit, where it's like, oh, you ran out of stamina? But you're at the end of the race, so get a bit more. And eventually it's more of a like dueling thing where it's like somebody's passing you. How hard do you try to not let them pass you? Or you're passing somebody, how hard do you try to pass someone? That I'm like, oh, that makes Guts sound really good. My Stam cards are so shit. I miss borrowing Super Creek, but this slot belongs to Kita now. Super Creek banner in a week or so. You do realize the bar has to be off the ground? That's mean anything, right? What? I was sick. I'll save up for it. Don't think I'm gonna hit that absurd 200 pity though. Yeah, it's like activating the NOS tank on the last stretch. The nose tank? Yeah, yeah. Which, That was a reply, don't worry about it. Yeah, it was the, I put out tastier food than Yulin. You do realize the bar has to be off the ground for that to mean anything, right? And that still doesn't make too much sense to me. If it does to you, hell yeah. The short and sweet, you can't cook. Okay. Okay, buddy. We just had a conversation about this. Good luck with the rolls. Hi, Napoleon Bonaparte. Hello. Maru Zensky is probably the character I care the most about right now, because that's the only one I've gotten. I would like Bourbon. I would like to get MiHoYo Bourbon. I think of the cards that are out right now, she's the one I care about the most, because she's a front runner. And she's a goofball. Welcome. Bad luck so far. I gotta turn around, right? Oh hey, I left a Twitch tab open and it looped back around to Yuli by itself. Hi, Zvi. Yeah, we just got a raid from Proxy. Hi, Noodles. What do you want to name the baby? Alexander or Superfly? Hi, Nudes, Noodles Wave. Xenoblade. We got the 7th character. And then yesterday, we did a long stream yesterday. It was like 5 or 6 hours yesterday. But I was just going through Mechonis areas, and I reworked my team. My team before yesterday was Ricky, Charla, and either Ryan or Shulk. I kind of like Ryan in the team better, but not having the Monado in the party fucking sucks. And so I was often putting Shulk in and started playing as Ricky. But Ricky doesn't hold threat for shit, so like Shulk was getting shit on a lot. It just felt... It felt great when it worked, and it felt awful when it didn't. Chat, is this stream real? It felt really, really bad when my team comp of Ricky, Charla, Shulk didn't work. But it felt awesome when I was just like going from Chainburst to Chainburst. Yesterday I get 7th character. They have a regen aura. Granted, it's on a long cooldown, it doesn't last that long, so it's like, can't quite have it up all the time. But they're very bursty, they do a lot of damage. And so I tried running them and Rhine and Melia, completely moving away from Chainburst. And then I kind of switched out Rhine, because the 7th character is so much DPS, Rhine can't even hold threat off of them. So I just switched Rhine out for Shulk, which gives me the Monado in the party. And I'm effectively running the 2 highest DPS, and then Melia as a regen healer. I think... Fat damage. I think she does more healing overall than Charla. Because what Charla does is, like, really on-target burst healing. Charla will be like, every 15 seconds, I can heal you for 3,000. Every 30 seconds, I can heal everybody in the group for 4,000. And every 90 seconds, although it leveled up, it's probably like 70 seconds. Every 70 seconds, I can heal one person for like 8,000. And those are fat numbers. That's like, this person's almost dead. They're full health now. But with Melia, you get 3 water orbs. Each water orb creates an aura around you that heals for 80 health. So 80 times 3. 240 per second on all 3 people. And you just keep everybody in range of you, and it's like you're just constantly healing. Now, the weakness of this build, you get 3 warbs. Exactly. Literally the fucking Resto Shaman of WoW, with the 3 orbs floating around you. Although with Melia, they're kind of like Kael'thas orbs that kind of just hover in an arch above you. Anyway, when the bosses do like, or when enemies do like targeted abilities, when they're like, I'm gonna hit you for 5,000, that feels really fucking rough. That's like, oh dear God, this stinks, because like there's times where Shulk or Fiora, they just die. Like I just look at something for 3 seconds and they were full health and then they're just dead. And I'm like, what the fuck happened, huh? Hi, non-dairy. It is a problem I can solve with gems. I need to go make a bunch of HP gems. I think if I get HP gems, and I can get Shulk and 7th character, if I can get them to like 6,000 to 7,000 health, they will not die to burst. And Melia does so much healing that I think I'll be able to keep them up and deal with a lot of that issues. Melia herself has only like 3,000 health, so there was like 2 times yesterday where I'm just standing next to them, just like, okay, I'm healing them, I'm keeping them up, and then I just die to a cleave, and I'm like, what? What the? It is very much, as Melia gets more levels in her abilities, this healing build becomes more possible, but it's fun. It is really fun. It's probably my favorite type of healing rotation-wise in a game. Because literally all I'm doing is healing. I am just thinking about healing. I'm doing a bit of damage, though, by healing. But there's no, like, you need to ramp up for big healing. It's just, you are constantly trying to maintain a high throughput, and you have a high APM to maintain that throughput. It is exactly what I wanted from Mistweaver Monk in World of Warcraft. Where it's just like, you're just focusing on healing and doing decent damage. Now with Mistweaver, you're kind of punching and damage is happening. Most healers in WoW, it's like, you maintain a dot or you have some burst. So like, for Holy Priest, every like 30 seconds, they can do some like super bursty thing with 3 Holy Fires. And then other than that, it's just, oh, we'll keep up Shadowward Pain and then focus on healing. And that's like, with Druid and Shaman, it's like, get your Star Surges and Lava Bursts out, keep up Moonfire and keep up Flame Shock. But other than that, just heal most of the time. With Melia, it is like, you need to use a water sprite every 8 seconds and then reapply summon water. And you've got your transfer health that you use like every 6 or 7 seconds. And then like, you've got one move that you can use once you're at full spirit energy. And that's like the closest thing you have a cooldown. It reduces physical damage dealt by enemies by 20%, as well as ether damage dealt. So it's like, it feels like that's nice to sit on for like, oh, a boss is about to do like a big attack. But the thing about that, I don't get to press my buttons enough on Charlotte. Dude, Charlotte just has long cooldowns and you're waiting there. And her, like, unique skill is don't do shit for 10 seconds. Stun yourself, idiot. And it's like, this character feels so bad. Yulin, when he gets to press buttons, I'm so stressed out, man. I'm stressed out because the build is not complete. I really need new gems for Shulk and 7th character. Once I fix the gem situation, I feel like it will solve a lot of problems. I keep grabbing my fucking sleeve. The actual damage, I mean, I'm bringing 2 DPS, and Melia herself is like half a DPS, even when doing a full healing build. So the damage is fucking insane. I really want to know who the 7th is, only because you are cryptic. If anybody wants to play Xenoblade Chronicles, saying who the 7th character is massive spoiler. 7 is turbo spoilers? Yeah. There's like 3 potential characters that it could be. And it's just like, Xenoblade is just such a story game. I kind of figured, yeah. It's such a story game that if anybody has any interest in it, I don't want to say that. Because this is a big, like, whoa. And so, it's one of those things where I'm just going to keep calling them 7th. If you really want to know, you can look up a tier list. You can look up, like, Xenoblade Chronicles tier list. Or you can go, like, glance Kairo's VOD real quick. I mean, that's fair. If you want to know, it's very easy to find out. But you very much just have to go looking for that information. I could also tell you after stream today, Gana. If you want, you could be like, tell me the 7th character, and I'll be like, it's this one. Praise the 7th Hokage. Or come watch us play, wink. Well, I don't think they can, Cairo. Because they're in, Down Underland. So at that time, they're probably at work. But I have no interest at all and only want to. Because you are cryptic. Don't stream at 6 a.m. It do be like that. The damage of the group is fucking insane. Because the typical setup is you have a DPS, right? Let's say their damage is a unit of 1. You have a healer. Let's say their damage is a unit 0.5. They're half a DPS. And you have a tank. Same thing. Their damage is 0.5. Tanks probably do more than the healers, but we're going to say half a DPS, 0.5. So your standard DPS setup is a value of 2. Because you have 1 plus 0.5 plus 0.5. My setup is DPS plus DPS plus 0.5 DPS. And then you even get like further than that. The 2 healers, Melia and Charlotte, I would not say their values of 0.5. One of them is like 0.3 and the other is 0.7. Maybe 0.6 or 0.5. Melia does like a lot more damage than Charlotte. She actually gets to use an ability for damage. Charlotte, I guess I was using the shock bullet every like 25 seconds, but Melia overall just feels like she does way more. I wish I could stream at different times. Another time I stream is bad for non-Americans. Is this the first Xenoblade Chronicles? It is, Icy Fire, it is. Melia does absurd damage with the right setup. Oh yeah, no. So I'm talking about like specifically just healer setup, 3 water orbs. If you wanted, Melia would be like the absolutely perfect 4th character in a party because she could become an absolute buff bot, and while being a buff bot, her damage would not be bad. You could set it up so that, like, I think it's summon fire? It's summon fire or summon electricity. One of her summons increases ether. And so you could get it so that you have two summons that increase ether by 15%. And then you could just rotate out different summons, right? And be doing a lot of damage, summoning them, and dispelling them. And constantly get out her special. And she would do fucking bonkers damage. Hi, Soul. Hi, Choco Fits. Oh my god, it smells like nerd in here. Cute outfit, Elon. Check this out, Soul. Bloop. Bloop. I got versions of it. But we're doing this one today. YouTube? YouTube? YouTube. No. I don't want to try that. Soul, did you ever play Xenoblade Chronicles? Melly does absorb damage. Gonna be real. There are very few Americans I can watch. It's 15 years old. Icy Fire, you know how it works though. That's like, yes, it's old. And yes, if you really cared about spoilers for something, you would have seen it by now. But if people are just learning about Xenoblade, and we're spoiling it, that's shit. Like, people might be getting into it because I'm talking about it so much, right? And so, that's one of those things that just, at no age is it really cool to spoil. Forget what I did. I think it was summon Aqua, Fire, Earth, Shoot, Copy, Earth, Repeat. Yeah, so Earth is the big one. Earth, when you dispel it, applies a dot for, like, a poison dot for 30 seconds, which is gnarly. I'm very tempted to, like, well, not tempted, but I would love to do a build with Melia where you just lower her cooldowns and buff her poison damage, and you have Earth to, like, a 30-second cooldown. That would be insane single target DPS. Hi, Soul, you're a bigger nerd. Why is the blueberry orange? You know, that might be a reference to their old name. Because now that I think about it, I always think of them as orange now I think about it, despite them being a blueberry. I've never thought about that. Oh my god, I was so ready for the toggle to lift your skirt or something equally degen. Never seen anything about Xenoblade? So, Cairo and I have a deal, Soul, where, they play a Tales game with me, and then I play a Xenoblade game with them. I need to lower the volume a bit. This is loud AF. There. And so we played Tales of Vesperia. We're going through Xenoblade right now. I really like this game. The combat is very interesting. But I think in the first game, Soul, the combat is very, like, disjointed. It has problems that I'm told they fixed in the later game. That's for donos. I just don't know how old it was. And where are you playing it may inspire others? Good job being an influence. Okay. Last RPG I played properly was like Immortal Arms, Enchanted Arms. My skin is blue, but my aura is orange. I see the old name is orange, but the soul is blue. I don't even remember Soul's old name. And my aura is also green. The music has been trying to reach you about your stream's need for BGMs. No. It's getting less funny, Violet. You ever play Lost Odyssey? Oh my god, Soul. I own Lost Odyssey. But no, I've never played it, actually. I bought it in high school on a friend's recommendation, and then I just never got to it. Hi, Trogdor. You what? Understandable. God damn it, Trogdor. Well, it's incline the rest of the day. This fucking guy. What is the problem, Violet? Max incline, and we are at 2.4. Lamau, good luck. Rest well, Trogdor. This fucking guy keeps doing this shit. Ooh. Thank you, Trogdor. You're a fucking goofball. I hope you had a good day today. Mwah. Good night. Hi, Dino Zoomies. Happy Friday, cuties. I was actually really excited for today, because, like, we're going to do world exploration with Correlator. And I just get to show off this avatar, so I'm really excited for that. Play my favorite solo game right now, damn it. Legs cooked. I don't have time, Violet. I'm already playing a JRPG. Oh yeah, Trog, kill Pinkland. I'm in the process of improving my armature and weight painting. Your aura is less a color. More like the aura of someone who would get suplexed by a bunny and probably like it. Friday, it's Saturday. So are you playing more Uma tonight? Probably a little bit. It depends on how much ARGs we go to. No, trying to suplex me sounds like a fantastic way to get your neck in a leg lock. And I'd thank her for it. Don't threaten me with a good time. Really no way to stream it, since it's not on PC. I have never managed to beat the game. No idea what they're going to run through tonight. I kind of want to take her to the Ocarina of Time map, because I found out you can't do any of the dungeons. You can only go to the zones there. And so I kind of want to take her there and show her to Hyrule and Hyrule Castle. No, not Hyrule Castle, you can't go there. I want to show her Hyrule Town. Is it the Ocarina of Time 3DS version or original N64? I believe it is the 3DS version. You stream? She does, Ganna, but she hasn't in a fucking year because she's had a baby. Have I done that bit before? I need some water. I need some water. Went on hiatus because of Preg and baby. Pregnancy is awful for me. Soul, if you ever feel like a JRPG again, the Xenoblade series is very good. You can play the remaster on an emulator. Cough, cough. It is very odd combat. The combat is like... It's almost like an auto-battler, but a lot of active abilities. So, like... Let's say you're playing Shulk, the main character. He has a lot of sword moves that are like... Well, imagine the Slayer from Terra. They have a back slice that does more damage if you're behind the target. They have a side slice if you're to the side. They have an AoE slash that does everything in front of them. These moves are like 15-second cooldown. 20-second cooldown. So, like, you have 8 moves, and if you just bust through them really fast, you'll just be standing there for 10 seconds not doing anything. But, with Xenoblade Chronicles, you have roles. There's DPS, tanks, and healers. And so, you can drop all of your sword abilities on Shulk real quick, do a bunch of damage, and you'll pull threat. And the tank characters will be like, hey man, I don't really have the threat to just pull off that. what the fuck? And so you're gonna get your face kicked in, and Shulk can't really take hits like they can. So he's probably gonna die. You also have healers. And so, like, everybody does auto attacks, right? Just standing next to the enemy, Shulk will attack every, like, 2 seconds. But his abilities, you know, that's what makes him do more damage than other characters. And so there's weird setups you can do, Soul, where, like, let's say the standard setup is a tank, a healer, and a DPS. That's like a totally legitimate, totally fine. You can pretty much do any content in the game setup. Let's say you're having trouble. Well, there's an easy mode in the game. But if you're having trouble, you could do like 2 tanks and a healer. That's not necessarily a bad strat. And then I'm trying to do something what I think is a little advanced. I'm trying to do 2 DPS and a healer. And then there's also like gem sockets you can do with the gear. So you can kind of direct a lot of their stat allocation as well. So like with Shulk, he has a weapon with 3 sockets, and then you could have gear that has 1 to 2 sockets, I think. I could just put a ton of health on him and effectively make him have the health of a tank. I know you're talking, but all I can hear is ayaya. Imagine Auto Battler with activate abilities. It's a very unique combat style that I've seen for a game. I hated it at first. It's growing on me the more I play it. And I'm a little eager to see Xenoblade 2 and 3, where I'm told it's much better. I can't call you Yu Yu Hakusho. I'll call you Yuengling. Noodles. I'd kind of just prefer you call me Yuland, or Yulia, or Yu. I'm not the biggest fan of these joke names. Yuengling is a beer, right? Once the chunky monkey isn't eating me every 2 hours and sleeping through the night, I can start streaming again in the evenings. Joke? Yeah? Yes, it is a joke name! I do not like being called Yu Yu Hakusho Noodles. That almost describes Xenoblade 3 as a team builder, Loki. Yeah, but you can't start with Xenoblade 3. She'd have to start with 1. I don't think Soul's gonna play these. I don't think Soul plays JRPGs. I think she lives in crafting survival games. And every now and then, she will dabble in a Souls-like or an MMO. But Soul is, I live in any genre, but don't listen to her. She is literally miscrafting survival. Ripper's also sad to hear. Bro keeps making boosted teams, and I'm all here for it. I know you're talking, but all I can hear is, oh yeah, fine, yeah, joke, cry. I'll start with 3. Watch me. Start with 2, and only ever remember the names of Pyra and Mithra, and then just be like, huh, there's other Xenoblade games around Cairo. Inuyusha? Don't go with that. I live in any genre, but please don't. I started with Xenoblade 2 and immediately got lost? Huh. I can't imagine why. Just stick with calling him Doofus Noodles? I have commitment issues and can't stick with games? Like it's a genuine problem for me, trying to work on it? Soul? When we did Stardew, I was very excited to play that. And I did have somebody warn me. They were like, Soul is probably gonna drop. And at the time I was like, fuck. That sucks. Because I really wanted to play all of Stardew with you. And I learned, if I do stuff with Soul again, it's more of a like 1 or 2 stream thing. Because yes, as you just said, committing to long games is difficult. I have a similar issue, specifically with roleplay. With roleplay, Soul, I get so excited for it. If somebody's like, hey, I want to do a Dungeons and Dragons run. Or they're just like, hey, I want to do this roleplay on this private server or in VR chat. The thought of like making a character, interacting with the world systems is so fucking exciting to me. But I have learned that I cannot maintain that excitement and it never stops going down. So I used to do roleplay in WoW private servers. And here's how it would go for me. Session 1, I'm so excited, I'm so hyped, I can't imagine anything else. I've been thinking about this for the past week, and I'm gonna be thinking about this for the next 2 days. Literally like 13 of 10 excitement. Hi, Arch! Not ERP, standard roleplay. It did apply to ERP as well, but mostly roleplay. Session 2. I'm having a good time. We're at session 2 of the roleplay. I'm super excited. Not like top of the moon like the first one, but yeah, I'm happy to be here. Third session. Yeah, we're doing the good thing, we're having a good time. It's roleplay, it is what it is. I'm immediately, when this is done, gonna go play another game. I'm not gonna like linger on it. Fourth session, I will extremely consistently have the thought, 20 minutes in, I will look at a clock and go, how much longer do I have to be here? And I think when you have the thought, how much longer do I have to be here, especially if it's like 20 minutes in, that's a really bad sign. And so now, I just won't RP. I will just never roleplay in any medium because I know after 3 sessions, I don't want to be there. And I think that's very cruel. Not cruel, I think that's very selfish to like, okay, I'm not having fun anymore, I'm gone. But I don't want to commit to more than 3 sessions. And so, a lot of people have asked me to roleplay with stuff. And I'm just like, I don't want to be the shitty party member that leaves after 3 sessions. You should find someone else. I'm triggered. I have the opposite problem. Remember the Rule 34 girls got it? What? I blame poor explaining. Not the fact I skipped all the dialogue. Damn, y'all really riding Ewan today. Yeah, I wish I had kept up with Stardew. I genuinely want to be able to stick with games. It's hard, Soul. And I don't know if there is a, like, fix. I don't know if it is, like, you need to work on it. That might just be a level of who you are and how you play games. And trying to fix it, like, there's not a fix. That's just going against your nature. Like, that, to me, that's the type of thing that it might not be good to try to fix it. You should stick to what you are comfortable with and what does work to you. Now, I'm not saying, 100%. I'm not saying don't even try. But, like, for me, I've had stuff like that, and instead of, like, I've tried to fix it for years and years and years and never been able to, and I realized I was being very negative. I was the type of person who, like, I need to do this. I fail at this. You, Lindy, you're such a failure. You're such a loser. Why are you like this? And it was just really, like, down-putting and, like, beating myself up and super negative. And eventually I got to the point where I was like, I'm literally just beating myself up for no reason? Why am I trying to fix this? Why don't I just enjoy things the way I enjoy them, instead of trying to enjoy them the way I think they're supposed to be enjoyed? And life has been way fucking better since thinking that mindset. I'm gonna go catch more sleep, Chow. Goodbye, Violet. Sleep well. For sure sucks for the DM. Yeah. I will never do that to people in RP. And people have told me, well, what about one-shots? The problem with one-shots is that because it's less like a spanning thing, it's just a throwaway thing. I'm like, I don't care about this as much. I look at it as a throwaway. Rest well, Violet. Night, night. I get so addicted into games that I don't want to cheat on it. The longer I spend in a game, the greater my anxiety to continue doing it. But sometimes I will try and just one-shot a game. I enjoy RPGs for the mechanics, not the roleplay. Because for me, it's not a lack of interest. Holy, it's International Beer Day. Also Clown Week. More like International Piss Day, am I right, chat? No, there's people that like beer. Nealand is very hardworking and cute and deserves lots of head pats. You should drink better beer than LL. You don't beat yourself up, let me beat you up instead. I'll try and describe my problem with a metaphor. Okay. For me, Soul, I have just stopped trying to solve some of those issues. Like, I've stopped trying to fix my commitment to roleplay. I've stopped trying to fix, this person wants me to play this game, I need to enjoy it. There's just a lot of, like, I'll just say no. So I'll be like, you should play this game. Nah. Nope. I know myself. Nope. And it drives people nuts. It drives Foss up a wall. Foss is like, you're the most stubborn person. You won't try anything. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I fucking won't. Because I know I'm going to hate it. And then I'm going to complain. And you're going to be bummed out that I'm complaining about your thing. We both don't want this. Hi, Ty. I have the problem of burning out when playing games. Getting to something like 90%, by the time I get back around to it, I start over to get back into it. Oh, I absolutely do that, Zwei. With Breath of the Wild, it took me 5 attempts to beat it. Attempt 1, I got 80 shrines. I didn't have internet, and I was just wandering around exploring, get to 80 shrines. Internet comes back on. I go back into World of Warcraft and don't play it for a month. After a month, I was like, I stopped playing Breath of the Wild. I want to go back to it. Oh, but I don't remember where I was. Restart. Play it, like, on and off. Kind of like a little bit each day. Get to 80 shrines over 2 weeks. And then stop playing it for a month. And I'm like, oh, well, now I can't pick it back up. I've not played it for too long. Didn't play it for some months. Do another playthrough. No teleporting. I get to like 60 shrines, I'm having a lot of fun, do new things, I learn horses. I really enjoy just catching horses and riding them around Breath of the Wild. Lose interest. Don't play the game for like a year. 2021, no, not 2021. At some point, I do a 4th playthrough. I think this one was at work. I think on my breaks at work, I would play Breath of the Wild for like 30 minutes. Because I had to take a lunch break. So I'd play Breath of the Wild in the break room. Progressed through that a bunch. Probably did like 50 shrines. And then stopped playing to play Pokemon. I literally just keep putting it down and not finishing it. Because of burnout. In 2021, Texas loses all their power. Because of the blizzard. And I'm able to keep my Switch charged by charging it at the office across the street. So I charge it, go home, and then play for like 10 hours. Probably like 7 or 8 hours. In that run, I set it to master mode. And I just hardline ran to the shrines. I didn't use a guide, because I don't think I had access to a guide. But, no, I did have access to a guide. I would literally just do a beeline to shrine. Got all 120 shrines, did all the side quests, and then beat the temples and Calamity Ganon. It was very much like, I need to force myself to do this specific run, or I won't finish. Same thing with Divinity 2. I put 400 hours into Divinity 2 before I ever beat it. Before I got to Act 3. And so, it was Ciseldin who was like, you haven't beat it? You have how many hours in the game? We're doing a 2-man run right now. We are beating it. And we just fucking, for a week, just did nothing but not Baldur's Gate, Divinity 2. So we just need to craft a 3-session RPG? Nope. Because that's less cool. I don't care about a 3-session RPG. That's like, you know, it's not as cool as a big 60-hour playthrough or a long D&D session. That's essentially a one-shot. Have the problem with burning out when playing games? See, Xeno is peak, so I knew you'd like it sooner or later. Right, I need to finish Breath of the Wild. Dingies. Limited edition DDH Electric Jellyfish went hard, was not serious. To be fair, you'll sweat fonts with every ounce of your being. Icy Fire? You're gonna take this hard, and I don't want you to. I am not getting your humor today. It is just... I love you. Every single joke is just missed with me. Oh, he's gonna take that as, alright, I'll stop talking. Don't. You're not allowed. You have to keep talking. That's how I feel about Death Stranding. I couldn't play for a week, and not played it since. I can't think of how to explain my problem in a reasonable amount of words. Say it in an unreasonable amount of words. DM it to me, Soul. Give me the fucking essay, and I'll read it if you want. Or I'll just read it to myself. And, I'll be like, oh, I see. But you can send me the essay if you want, if, you know, Twitch formatting is not working. Yeah, I could Discord DM it. Is Orgrimmar just fucking quiet? I've been told I have a dry sense of humor, so that's fair. It just... I guess that is dry. Hi, Sir Noble. Spider Lily. Spider Lily. It's just like... It's like the... I recognize it as a joke. I'm not like, oh, that's just mean. It's just like... You know when a prank is like, that's not a prank, that's just mean? It's coming off as that to me. I'm like, I know Icy Fire doesn't mean that. I know Icy Fire is one of the nicest people ever. It's just... I don't know, this just feels like a mean thing to say. I could Discord DM it. Went back to Death Stranding recently and finished it, good game. It's a tough spot. Can't do a short campaign because it's way less epic. Can't stay interested in a long campaign. Just not meant to be. That is my exact position. Octomage gets it. Because that's something that, like, I say it's hard for me to stick with long campaigns. And every single person just goes, oh, so do a one-shot. And it's like, well, those aren't as cool. More like, Icy Beer Mage. I'll have to send you into a literary pipe bomb. And I'll thank her for it. Good game, agreed. I need water. We're at 3.4. I need water. Guys, water tastes bad to me. Like, I just don't like the taste of water. But when I'm exercising on the treadmill, holy fuck is it good. Holy fuck, like, cold water is just like, oh, nectar of the gods. A sip, huh? I love ice cold water. Here's the thing. If I'm just sitting at my computer, I drink water, I'm just like, eh. Even like super cold, I'm just like, ugh. That exact same water when I'm exercising is just like, oh, it's so good. This D-man pink-haired horse keeps failing 20% trainings. Like all water tastes bad? Or just tap bottled? All. I can taste the differences in water. I think tap water is better than distilled. But it's still like, you know, a 2 out of 10 compared to a 1 out of 10. Like, it's actually not that bad. It's not that low. It's a taste I don't care for. I can swallow it, I can drink it. It's not like it goes in my mouth and I'm like, blah, that's awful. But it's like... Okay, when I say distilled, I mean like filtered. Like a Brita filter. Yeah, I bet you can swallow. It's unpleasant to me. I went to make another joke. But maybe today's not the day. Hope everyone's doing well. Ah. I love you, Icy. All this water talk makes me want some. I was about to go on a rant. I'm thirsty now. What I do, my hydration. I drink 32 ounces from the bottle while I walk. I try to finish that while stream. If I don't, when I send the raid out, I will finish it then. I then have a glass of chocolate milk, which is like the best thing ever. And then when I throughout the day, I will have flavored water. Today my flavor is fruit punch. Tomorrow will be strawberry watermelon. And then after that will be grape, and I cycle between those two flavors. Those are the three I like. I'll drink the water out of my bottle while it's filling. When I get to my desk, it's still completely full. My thirst has been quenched. Not liking water is actually an Asmongold type of thing. I am aware. Look, I actually get and understand Asmongold and think a lot like him until he gets to the weird, like, political takes and anti-trans stuff, and just once he gets to his, like, anti-woke shit, then I'm like, whoa, dude, get the fuck away from me. But when he's like, I don't like leaving the house, I'm like, yeah, I get that. I have taste, you know. I like steaks like this, and I don't like water. I'm like, yeah, me too, me too. He's like, I fucking hate homeless people. You fucking what? Huh? I hate women. No, stop talking. Stop talking. Talk about the efficiency of cooking. Talking about not wanting to waste time cooking. I smear my mouth blood on the wall. That one's weird. That one's weird. Already paid. Micaiah taxes. Also can drink as much as I want while it's filling up. Hi, you and my stinky burger. Hi, Riddle. Hi, Stencil. And he just like me, for real, for real. He's one of those, like, I would get along with him really, really well in the first 3 to 5 hours of knowing him, right? Like, I meet the guy. It's kind of like somebody I met in VR chat recently. Talking to them for an hour, I was like, yo, this is great. This is awesome. I really get along with this person. And then, like, the next day, the Discord group is like, yo, this fucking SJ Warrior was, like, going off on people and telling some of the black guys in our group that they're a detriment to the cause. And I'm like, they were saying fucking what? Oh, God. But, like, the day before when I'd met them, we were just flirty with each other. It was just a good time. We were having fun. And then all this stuff comes out the next day, and I'm like, oh, God. Wait a minute. I feel like I have that same vibe about Asmongold, where, like, you put me in, like, a Discord call with him for 5 hours, and we're gonna play a game and have fun and be like, this rules, oh, I hate this. And then I started learning about, like, their political takes. They're just everything else that I'm like, oh, God, what the fuck is wrong with you? Dead rat alarm clock. Hi, Cairo. Well, I am done my nightly pretend to walk. Time for me to do my nightly hunt for the sleep paralysis team. You'll return, I hope. Good night, Purrs. Good night, Smile. Sleep well. Rest well, Smile, Pat. Lamau. Hi, Smile, bite the demon's neck. Riddle. The last time they had a sleep paralysis demon, it was a naked femboy. They are wanting to get ravaged by their sleep paralysis demon. This is not a fight it off sort of thing. Sleep paralysis femboy. We're at 3.6. We're cruising. Never said naked femboy. It was a twink that said hiss at me. Hold on. You had a paralysis demon that wasn't naked? What the fuck, Smile? Yo. They're bust all over the femboy demon. I've never had a sleep paralysis demon. I have also never had a sleep paralysis demon. I wish Yulin would visit me at night. Oh my goodness. Look, for enough money. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I just had Yulin in my dreams. It was probably naked. It was hard to see, it was dark. I have to pay? Yes. I like you, Gana. You do have to pay to get me to leave the house. I'm a hermit. I don't like leaving the house. Fucking scary out there. What are you, crazy? There's weather, and bugs, and people. Ugh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's see if Soul has sent me the thing. Not yet. But Chernobyl responded to the meme I sent them. Isn't it so fucking good, Chernobyl? Not yet, I got sidetracked with some other DMs. I sent Chernobyl a video today. It was, it's two cosplayers. They are cosplaying Sanji from One Piece and Zoro from One Piece. And they're at, like, an anime convention. And, like, the camera zooms in on them, they're on the Jumbotron. And they literally did the fucking Coldplay concert affair thing. Where, like, Sanji is in Zoro's arms. And they're just, like, cuddling. And they see that they're on the Jumbotron, and Zoro just goes, oh! And he, like, ducks down. And Sanji just goes, oh, and covers his face and, like, looks to the side. And it's like, okay, dudes. Alright, anybody that knows One Piece is like, holy shit, okay. Because in the show, those two characters fucking hate each other and are constantly fighting. The idea of them in an affair together is like, what the fuck? Worst thing you still asked to be spoiled in my dream? Teehee. Thought you had discovered the joy of outside? Hell no. I discovered the joy of meeting friends from online, but staying in their fucking house. You're always a DM away from free pics from Yuli. Not yet, I got sidetracked from some other DMs. Am mad. Why don't I get those, Sexy Fiend? You probably know I'll ravage that evil back. Icy hi. He keeps telling me to visit a website. Riddle, hi Gana. Hi Riddle. Did he give you the website? He has told me. Gana knows where to go if they want to see pics. I saw one of those with vodka and Daiwa Lamau. It's fucking awesome. The thing I've seen with Daiwa and vodka is they're on a bench and Daiwa grabs vodka's hand and holds it and she's blushing. And vodka goes, you have to take responsibility. And Daiwa's just like, what? And vodka goes, we held hands, so I might get pregnant. And Daiwa's just like, fucking what? He has told me I just got here and heard Sanji and Zoro cuddling on a Jumbotron. Hi, Roxas. So, there was an anime convention. Sanji and Zoro cosplayers. They're cuddling on a Jumbotron, like the Coldplay concert. And when the Jumbotron zooms in on them, Zoro, like, goes, oh, and dives behind, so you can't see him anymore. And Sanji's, like, covering his face there. And it's like, oh, you fool. It's so fucking good. Sorry, I think I'll just have to talk about it another time, actually. Can't gather my thoughts. Leia is singing, and I can't focus with the noise right now. All good, soul. I'm not like, I need this from you. This is something that, like, if you want to talk about it, which it seemed like you did when you were saying the metaphor thing. If you want to talk about it with an audience, or just with a friend, I'm here for you. I also know you have a lot of friends there for you, so... I'm just like... Yeah. Papega. I would not say that's a Papega thing. that type of thing, it seems like a very frustrating problem to have, Soul. And to try and, like, gather your thoughts about it just seems difficult. Because for years it took me a long time to even recognize that, like, why do I struggle with RP? Why do I get so excited and lose interest? And to some extent, I still don't understand it. I just have, gotten to the point where I have upset so many people with this that it's not fair for me to do it more, so I won't. Best thing is they'll fight each other, but piss them off enough, they'll tab team you so hard, your next generations will feel it. Yep. My 3-night paralysis event was a blub that have booths like swords, a tall evil alien that true to abducted. The fast one was a goddess-like entity, kind of like Amaterasu. Had the best sex feeling I've ever had. Okay. See you around, everybody. Thank you for the stream. Bye, Choco Bits. I need water. I need a drink. Roxas, have you read the upcoming update for Rabbit and Steel? They have announced 2 new characters, maybe more, but at least 2, coming in the next update. Oh my god, I'm so excited for them. Oh my god. Both of them look really good. I can see myself really liking the Grenadier. Yes, I'm so excited. I want the Grenadier so bad. Hi, Devonna. Hey, Ewan. We're at 3.93. 1 more mile. Just 1 more mile. Not gonna lie, a friend of mine has recently pointed out how many autistic flags I have. Mind you, they say this in a very mindful way, not flippantly. Neither of us are jumping to any conclusions about it. I've generally been thinking about getting tested. So I'm in the exact same boat. Where, like, I've had such, I feel like, an easy life. I've, like, not struggled with things, and I don't have the best understanding of, like, autism. That I'm kind of like, oh, surely not someone like me. You know, that's not something that I have. That doesn't make sense for me. But then I, like, see the list of, like, here's some autistic flags, and I'm like, check, 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 uh-oh, check, check, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm hitting a lot of these, uh-oh, so I should probably get tested? I could have told you that for free, but it's one of those things that, like, it wouldn't really change anything for me. Maybe some processes of, like, people with autism do this weird, and this helps them, and that would be very beneficial to me. But, like, as for, like, my life, guys, I've led a very privileged life. I have not struggled much at all compared to a lot of people. I also played it last night and carried 3 hits. Hell yeah. No, are we doing double today? We are fucking not. I'm at the point that getting diagnosed would probably just screw me over. Hi, Ivana. What emote is that, Sir Noble? Looker. I could have told you that for free, hi Val. Thought we went over this before. You have the gifted kid problem? Well, I definitely have that. Hi Riddle, hi Hobbit. But also yes, everyone should get tested anyway. You might be on the edge of the spectrum and be completely fine. But at least you know now? Just means you can put things in context? Yeah. They say self-diagnosis is about 80% effective, so at least for autism. I don't know if this is a hot take on self-diagnosis. I put a shit ton of value on self-diagnosis, but I want an asterisk there. When somebody says, I'm bipolar, It's like, okay, diagnose or self-diagnose? The moment somebody says self-diagnose, but I know, I'm like, okay. But like, I see the value in self-diagnosis. There's somebody I follow in Australia who, she wanted to get tested for, I think, autism. And the waiting list, because of a shortage of, not therapists, but the other one. There was like a 3-year waiting line for testing. It was like, oh, you want to get tested for this? We'll see you in 3 years. So it was like, what the fuck do you do waiting for that, right? Psychologist, yes. Psychologist. And so, they looked into self-diagnosis. They looked at like, hey, what are the symptoms? What are, things you can do? And they started just moving forward as if they had it. They weren't telling people, I have this. I have autism. What they were telling people is, I think I have this. I have been looking at, what people with autism do, and it has been working for me. It is basically like, a diagnosis is very hard for a lot of people to get, either due to money, or, waiting times. And so, there's value in getting immediate help through self-diagnosis. It is not the end-all be-all. It shouldn't be the permanent solution. And I really don't like it when people are like, oh, I've self-diagnosed, so now I don't need a real diagnosis. But, my mistake. I really don't like it when people are like, there's nothing to gain from self-diagnosis, just go get tested. And Hobbit, it sounds like I'm calling them out. I'm not. Hobbit is very much like saying, hey, go get tested. Which is a little bit of a separate issue. I really don't like it when people are saying, there's no value in self-diagnosis. I like it as, I have been doing this as like a temporary, until I get a diagnosis. But for whatever reason, I can't get it right now. But I need help right now. Now that you guys talk about autism, I think here in my time, I didn't have the name to autism to call it. They do call it special needs, so I think I am. Do not self-diagnose, go get actually tested, psychologist, psychopath, never mind. Black Kimono, Ewan Stream, hello. The problem is with self-diagnosis, most of the time the things you cross-reference with is the internet. If you go by the internet, the mole in your arm means you can die in 7 days. Sure. But I'm not specifically talking about that. I'm specifically talking about, I have trouble connecting with people. I have trouble thinking in these terms. Maybe I have autism. Then let's look at a book that's like, hey, here's how people with autism, or other people who are autistic, deal with social interactions. Here's things that work for them. Let's try a few of those. Oh, these are working for me. I am self-diagnosed autistic, but I'm not claiming to be, I'm not claiming a real diagnosis. Just that I have looked into self-help, I am doing things that work for other people that are autistic, and they're working for me. And then once you eventually get a diagnosis, moving forward with whatever it is. But who does that shift help? Person with a disability, or the people who hear about their disability? Is that to me or to Hobbit? Because that shift absolutely helps the person with the disability. It might also help the people near them, but get tested, get tested, get tested. Black and red kimono is very beautiful. Diagnosis is identification of a condition through examination of symptoms. So there's value inside diagnosis. We have to be mindful about how bias affects our personal perception, especially in conditions where the symptoms affect our perceptions. Like, can you notice there's signs and similarities? Totally. But it might be a completely different thing. It's actually the problem. I had a friend that self-diagnosed themselves with ADHD, who ended up having autism. In America, currently self-diagnosis is safer than getting an official diagnosis. I got tested, but this is Florida. My doctor was a fucking weird ass. They basically took my money, told me to fuck off, because they thought I just wanted drugs. That sounds fucking awful. I feel like some of you are talking to the main issue of self-diagnosis, which is it does not replace a real diagnosis. That you can get lost in the internet. It's not like, it's not a fix. It's not enough. And I agree with that, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I am looking at as, if you cannot get a diagnosis right away, let's say you were in Australia, there was a shortage of psychologists, and the waiting line was 3 years. Seeking self-help in that moment could be beneficial to you. Not necessarily believing you have it, not necessarily starting to tell people you have it, just, I want to see if what's working for them is working for me. And if you're getting results, keep doing it. Keep moving forward as if you have it. But you're not, like, committed to it. It's not like, throw it up in your bio. Everybody treat me like I have this now. It's just, I am getting benefit from, at the very least, believing I have this, and making accommodations to that. Still being in line for a diagnosis, still being in line to get tested, but it's just like, I'll describe that as addressing the symptoms without diagnosis. Right, but it's in the case of you are waiting to get a diagnosis, right? It's never a replacement. It's never like, we don't need the diagnosis. It's just, this is helping me now. Also, a worker goes like, oh, you were on the spectrum, right? But like a deer in the spotlight. I never was in that position. Do you think America was self-diagnosis later? It's a stopgap measure, yes. I describe that as addressing the symptoms without diagnosis. Like, if you have a fever, you might not know what illness it is. But you still know things can help a fever? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. In some places, an official diagnosis of ADHD, autism, bipolar, etc. legally bars you from certain activities. Like, if I got actually diagnosed, I would face travel, job, possible financial restrictions. Self-diagnosing for drugs, bad. Self-diagnosis to make a lifestyle change, that's what I did. Maybe in the future I might get a full diagnosis, but I can't plan for that. 4.4. Lamau, look at this guy. He's fucking dead. Oh wait, no, that's Rokon. I thought that was Vol'jin for a moment. This guy's alive. This guy's not dead yet. Oh shit, oh shit. It's not that loud. I was like, shit, we're full volume, oh god! If we'd gotten like Sholazar, we would have been dusted right then. Hi, Jan. I self-diagnosed you as a cutie. I'm so sorry, son. The hell of a thing. Restart means you have to finish it to full? That is not what it means, Ty. Went to see The Bad Guys 2 last night. It was very good. I wanted to get into VR, but Meta was like, nah, I'm a update. How long does an update take? Hi, Yuli. God, I hate Facebook. I really like the Oculus Rift. Once I switch to Vive Pro and have native Vive tracking, I never want to go back. When did you start talking about mental disorders? Well, let's look at the timestamps. Soul mentioned it at 11:12. So, 13 minutes ago. Hi, Gana and Icy. Uh, 4.5. We're 1/10 of the way from finishing. Been trying for about 13 minutes then. I don't know. I have lived an extremely privileged life. Right now, I live in my parents' basement, and they're happy for that. They like me being in their basement. They like me being around as much and seeing me passionate about something. Because, you know, for the first 32 years, I fucking wasn't. That removes me from a fuck ton of problems of the world. I have a massive safety net. I have a massive amount of support. I do not have the same level of difficulty going through life. Like, the money I need to earn per month for rent is a fraction of what most people need. And that frees up so much just ease of life for me. The South Park difficulty setting. A big part of it is probably skin color. But I'd say the biggest part of it is just my parents. My parents are fucking awesome. Because I could have had some gnarly white parents, right? I could have had the white parents that are like, you're 18, you gotta be self-made, get out of the house by tomorrow. You're only allowed to take your clothes. Everything else is ours. In fact, you're only allowed to take 3 t-shirts, 1 pair of jeans, 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks. Everything else we paid for, so it's ours. There's people that deal with that. Across all... Well, I was gonna say across all ethnicities, but I think that's actually more of a white thing. I'd say an exception to that is gender dysphoria. This is just something you tell your doctor you have. You get prescribed. It's getting increasingly difficult for people to get access to gender-affirming care. You have a massive booty too. What the? I'd say that counts too. In a lot of places, speaking to a doctor about that is dangerous. Yeah, I wasn't forced, but I moved out immediately. That sounds like a good deal to me. I was constantly threatened with forced removal since I was 10. I took it seriously. And they wonder why I don't visit more. That's actually surprising to me, Sen. Because in a lot of cultures, like, the kids don't move out. It's just like they grow up in the home, stay in the home, and just the home just gets bigger. It's always like, I'm not gonna say always, but it's a very much more common thing in white families that kids move out. In a lot of I would say especially Asian and Hispanic families, I'd say that's a lot less common. It's more of just an American thing. Kids move out is a very American thing. There's probably a lot of countries where they do it, but like, definitely for what I'm familiar with, it's a very American thing. In Asian, yes, but the head of the house being white controlled everything. Ah, okay. I see. Even better, you're 16, get a job now and fuck out of here. Yeah, I started working at like 14, 15. You were told to get out at 16? Jesus. You know, saying self-diagnosis and getting drugs, good in that scenario. More of just an American thing. Oh, misunderstood, sorry. Kids move out is a very American thing. In Asian, yes. Even in Europe, it's normal for generations to live in the same house. Low tech hug. Multi-gen household are the norm for most of the world. Rephrase, very controlling part. In China, I remember reading about a family that they're multi-generational, right? The house just kept getting bigger and bigger. But it got to the point where there was 120 of them. Hi, Kyo. And so they were across like 4 or 5 different houses. And this family just said, hey, what if we got a fucking building? What if we just bought out an entire building? And so they literally bought, not a skyscraper, but like a 20-story apartment building. And that's just the family home for them. Oh no, another 12-degree streak. Yup. Yup. And so this house in China house, it's literally like a building where 120 people live, and when they turn 12 they basically get their own studio apartment. And it's like, what the fuck? That's crazy, but kind of cool. Sorta love. Kyo, 120. Oh no, another 12. Size incline, how's you? I'm great, Kyo. I played a lot of Xenoblade yesterday, so I really want to play more. And we won't be playing more till like Monday. Mother, I demand uppies. Hi, Global. Have you been good? Do you deserve uppies? Do you? Whoa. There. What do I do with you once you're up here? Okay. Are you happy, Global? Are you busy, Sat? Yes. We're not playing Xenoblade a 4th day. Absolutely not, Cairo. I want to, but I really need to see other people as well. Greetings, Yulin. Hi, Wrath. Oh, you get another Miku Weezer mashup. We could also do a short Xeno sesh today if you wanted till core time. Want to play the Elliot demo? Which I could do after. No, Cairo. We're not doing more than 3. I appreciate it, but no. I wish I could make an Abby with a reverse seat. If I could just stick to people's bones. Are you taking his lunch money? Or giving uppies? I was giving him uppies! Global's like a weird cat that would enjoy being shaken. Ogie, giving you options since you said you wanted to play Ella. I know. And I greatly appreciate it. I probably sound very short with you right now, Cairo. If that came off as like, no, what the fuck are you doing? How dare you? That is just me out of breath. I greatly appreciate it, Cairo. But I need to see other people. Short of breath, more like. Actually, wait, no, I'm upset with you, Cairo. I'm actually genuinely upset with you because you sent me that image of Otharin. That guy fucking stinks, dude. Hi, Trader of Sidonia. Mr. Blue Sky, Mesmerizer, King Creep, Kirby, Barbie. I don't like the Knights of Sidonia song because on the album, it has a minute of dead space at the end. They cut it out on the radio version, but Knights of Sidonia on the album version, on the CD, just has a minute of dead space at the end. Some cats just like getting thrown while shaking him. Short of breath, more like the 12 incline ads Fury. Most cats like spankies. Global? Global, are you saying I should... A mutual beneficiary transaction. You should give Safi spankies. I think Safi would claw my fucking eyes out. Global, what's more concerning is that I'm like... Global's like a cat. And Global's like, ooh, cats like spanking. And it's like, Global. I know you mean Dead Space is no noise, but I like to imagine the music disc just has 1 minute ad for Dead Space the game. It's funny. I'm thinking about how to say this name. Joseru? Joseru? I'm gonna say Joseru. Hi, Joseru. Thank you for the follow. Huh? Or hope she does if you do that. I like how you know Knights of Sidonia, but not my name is Jonas. I have no idea what my name is Jonas is. But Knights of Sidonia? That's Muse! I love Muse, Global. In high school, I got way into Avenged Sevenfold because my friend was into it. And then he got into Muse, so I got into Muse. I have like 4 CDs of Muse. Of course you love Muse. The Weezer song? I know like 3 Weezer songs, and they're all radio. I've never like purchased a Weezer CD or anything. 4.9. Oh, we're almost there. We're so close. Hey, water. Will was talking about a song you don't know. 9/10 chance it's a Weezer track with them. What was I gonna say? Shit, what was I gonna say? I gotta read back and remind myself. There was something in Xenoblade that I didn't talk about. Oh, we met the girl with the butt head. We met the one girl who literally has like... It literally looks like the crotch section of a woman transplanted onto her head. Just like some fat ass cheeks on her forehead. That was wild. We also tried to rebuild Colony 6 a little. Learned that the 4 hours I'd spent rebuilding Colony 6 was just random side quests. And I hadn't actually done anything for Colony 6. Hi, Core. How are you? We're almost at the end. We're almost done walking. And then I'll get comfy. I am dripping sweat, guys. I can feel droplets going down my arm, and I'm like, ugh. What was I saying earlier? I was just talking about something. Xenoblade. I'm still recovering from the Xbox disrecovery of your friend. Oh yeah. So, last night, I told a story. And Kyra was like, why the fuck haven't you talked about this on your stream? So we'll talk about it here. I had a friend in high school who... We'd go to his house and play Halo a lot. It's insane. And his particular Halo disc, I think Halo 2 specifically, it had a lot of scratches in it. This thing looked like he had dropped it on the kitchen floor and then like slid it across the floor. It had so many scratches. But once you got it running, it worked. So we would go over to his house. This happened regularly. He'd be like, oh, we're gonna play Halo 2? Okay. He would take, like, Assassin's Creed out of his Xbox. He'd put in Halo 2. And it would say, failed to read disk. And he would go, oh, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta fix this. He would take it out of the Xbox. And then he would go, like, down the hall to his bedroom. Just down the hall. We're in the living room. We'd see him go down the hall. And then, like, 2-3 minutes later, he'd come back. Probably not even that. Probably, like, just a minute later. He'd come back, put it in the Xbox, and it would work every time. No issues whatsoever. It just worked. And, like, after 4 times of this, we're like, hi, Jewel. After 4 times of this, we're like, hey, dude, do you have, like, a workbench back there? Like, what are you doing to fix the disc each time? And he's like, you guys want to see? We're like, yeah. And he goes, alright, come back. He goes into the bathroom. And we're like, what? He goes into the bathroom. The 4 of us follow him into the bathroom. There's 5 of us high school boys just standing in the bathroom. And he just goes, this is how you'd clean a disc. And he just drops it in the toilet. Just like... Kerploop. Just drops it in. He then flushes the toilet. And a bunch of water just runs over the disc and goes down. He then reaches in while the water is low. So the water is now under the disc because it can't go down the hole of the toilet. He reaches down, picks it up. He has a washcloth next to the sink. He puts it on that. He takes the other half of the washcloth over the top and he presses down. He then opens it, takes it out, the disc is dry. He goes over to the Xbox and we're all screaming. We're like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Critter? What the fuck, man? He puts it in the Xbox. That shit turns on right away. It just works. And we're like, you fucking flush your disc? And he's like, yeah. The water gets all the dust. Flushing it, you know, moves the water off of it. You then just take it off, dry it. Works every time. And like, here's the thing. It literally worked every fucking time. Literally, like, without fail. He would do this, and it would work. But it was genuinely like, what the fuck, man? New fit, hi. I need to spank Sappy today. It just works, Elon deems it so. I did not deem it so. In fact, I said don't do that. Oh no, what? Huh? What? What the fuck? Why the toilet? I don't know why the toilet. I don't know. If he had a disc at his home, I stopped touching them. If it was like, hey, take out Assassin's Creed and put in Halo, I'd be like, Critter, you can do that. I'm not touching this thing. Ain't no way, what? Just use the goddamn sink. And here I thought I was just normally cleaning it. Nope. Technology fears him. What, the poo-poo particles? I don't give a fuck if it works. Yeah, ew. I think we asked him, like, oh, I'm over 5. I'm at 5.15. I think we asked him, why don't you just use the sink? And he told us, like, it doesn't work when I use a sink. It only works when I do the toilet. I agree. What the absolute fuck, Critter? Oh yeah, we called him Critter. His name was Chris, but in 2nd grade, or 1st grade when he started going to the school, there was 5 Chris's in the class. And so it was like, there's too many people here with this name. What do we do? And he was like, well, my mom calls me Critter. You can call me that here. And so I was like, okay. And so he became Critter until like 12th grade. And then after 12th grade, he was like, I really don't want to be called my 5-year-old mother's, you know, pet name for me. Please stop calling me Critter. But yeah, no, he would flush his discs and they would work. They would work every time. You keep going, you need 8 miles. Fuck you, Jewel. Fuck you. You need 8 miles. Jewel, go fucking live on your fucking treadmill and do 8 miles. Put some fucking bricks and 2x4s under the front of it so you actually have incline. You need to experience incline, Jules. Fuck you. Eland, always the juiciest topic when I'm driving. Now I think about it, you guys didn't hear the flush before he showed you? I mean, we did, we just didn't associate it. We thought like, oh, his mom went to the bathroom, right? Like, I'm not sitting there going, Critter just went down the hall. I heard a flush of the toilet. Clearly they're connected. Like, I wasn't trying to fucking detective this shit. I was just like, Critter's gone for a minute and he's back and it works. I do 8 miles every day at work. Yeah, but that's over a day. Jules, you need a concentrated, all at once, 8 miles with incline the whole way. I know you've got a treadmill. Get to it. Put some weights on, you know, your trackers and your headset. Dude was truly a Critter. Hi, Jan. I do 8 miles, high riddle, and it stairs. Hi, Sammy. Critter the disc shitter SMH. Oh, God, that's funny. You know what was even more upsetting, Soul? That guy was naturally gifted at anything he did. Not the smartest student, but, like, he was an actor and actually won awards for it. He was top 1000 StarCraft. I think he was on the baseball team. Like, he was just one of those gifted guys that was charismatic and good at everything he did and didn't understand how good he was at everything and that not everybody was like that. It was like 4 times inconveniently every time you hear flushing. Jan, I'm not like, it's not back to back. This was like, it happens a week. Or it happens once. And then 2 weeks later, it happens again. I'm not thinking, there was a toilet flush last time he did this. I had completely forgotten that fact. I think you were thinking, you know, oh, it happened 4 times, but you're overestimating, like, this happened over, like, 6 months. This was like, I'm not remembering every detail every time it happened. I just, you know, the 5th time someone's like, What do you do to clean these? Also, 5 guys in the toilet. Yeah, imagine 5 high schoolers just standing around like this in a fucking bathroom, just like, why are we in here? I want to ask something about the frequency, so thanks for that. My VR is broken, so no walkie. She's making excuses, guys. She's just making excuses. You guys wait here. I'm changing my trackers. I need to flip around my feet. Walking doesn't require VR. True. You know what you could do, Jewel? You could go live. You could stream VR chat. And you could be desktop. And you could use a model with a walking animation. And stream that while you yourself walk on a treadmill. You are just coming up with excuses to not do this. I see you for what you are. Ugh. Am I in the right spot in my room? My feet are in the ground. Listen, I'm not going to show my legs for free, but it's not the same. I wasn't asking you to show your legs. I was telling you to walk on your treadmill for 8 miles with incline. I still know the Dragonflower one is growing on me, but I love them stompers. I want Geta. I want more traditional Japanese outfits. These stompers have a very party aesthetic to them, right? And I do like them. Hi, Zuvi. But I do think Geta would be more fitting. Why isn't this dude walking? You drive me crazy, Ty. You drive me fucking crazy. Hi, Wave, Yearlin. Yearlin here showing themselves in a kimono for free. Hi, Ty, Zuvi. True, but they do look good on you. It's a contrasting. These boots look like Otto would wear them. I think my treadmill could do incline, but it has no railings. Stand next to your desk. We've talked about this. What am I doing? I'm updating the thing. We did 5.1 miles because I was yapping about the toilet story and didn't see 5 miles go by. I close this. I open this. I switch to this stream. I switch to this stream. Did 2 of the streams I had open raid me? Oh my. Why is it in fucking auto quality? Oh my god! Okay, we're not watching this stream. This dude has one... Oh god, wait, he doesn't have encoding. Why doesn't he have encoding? Okay. Oh, and 5.1 miles. 5.1 miles. Now, we rest. Okay. My god, how do I resist the urge to bully Elon when they pose like that? Pose like what? I was just changing the fucking title. What? I swear. I think my treadmill could do incline. I understand I had weeks of that. Maybe I'm a be too suspicious of things sometimes. I think, Jan, you're just thinking of it in terms of the 5th time we asked. And not in terms of this was over 6 months. Because if it was happening back to back, if it was like, I'm going to fix the disc, flush. Okay, the disc works. Next minute, I'm going to fix the disc, flush, disc works. Then I'd be like, the flush is consistently happening, right? There's not a lot going on in a minute. There's not a lot of time to forget all that stuff happening. Found Geta for sale, Yuli. Link them to me. Hi, Jan. Hi, Zubi. All I'm saying is I would let you step on me. Yeah, Anna? Oh, no, it's been years now. Listen, My butt's been getting bigger from the stairs and not the treadmill. Hi, Anna. Who needs encoding when you have outcoding? Affiliates. Anybody on Twitch needs encoding. You don't have mobile viewers if you don't have encoding. Hi. Oh, UK is looking into banning C+C as the ID law. Already did, baby girl. Hell yeah. We've updated the title. I think I want to click done just in case. And we've updated who we're lurking with. We've got comfy piano music. You guys can hear the piano, right? I need to do this. Behavior. Local. Pins. 3. What's really nice about this world is I don't have to leave to a different comfy world. We just go right over here. I do need... Where is the thing? Why am I holding onto my camera? There's a train whistle around here that I need to move. And I'm not seeing... Oh, I might have turned off pick-upables. Okay. So Sen's probably like, it's right here, dude. What do you mean? You guys wait there. I'm going to chug water. Oh, that tastes so good. I have a problem with my rug, where when the treadmill goes down from the incline, it pushes the rug and scrunches it up because at one end of it is the treadmill, at the other end is the beanbag. And so it needs to be like somewhat under both of those. And so it keeps getting scrunched up every day I have incline. What I really want to do is I want to get one of those it's like a rug mat with the spikes on the bottom, so it won't shift along the rug and move it like that. Flying auto level pit. That's good. Right there. Oh. And I need to adjust this pillow. Oh. Comfy. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna fall asleep. Move that here, move that here. Yeah, understandable. I probably wouldn't remember either. But yeah, I don't think I would be coming back after that. They were a very good friend, Jan. I have nothing but affection for this person. He was a bit of a... He could be a little abrasive. He could be, like, unsympathetic to certain problems. But that was not a maliciousness. That was, like, him just lacking understanding. But he was a very good person. The whole toilet disc thing was just like, okay, I'm not touching your Xbox anymore. You can do that. Yes. Hi. Update this. Yes. No. Wow. Zuvi. I will taste you good. Hang on. I like trains. We're in the train map, Jules. We're in the comfy train map. Alright, good night, Yuli. I'm not going to bed. I'm not falling asleep. Not yet. Dude, I'm still out of breath. Good night, Yuli. Good night, Yulin. See you in Abiological Factory. I'm not playing Abiotic Factor. You have the beanbug behind you? Like I did with my couch so you don't fall? So it'd be like the treadmill, and then a space, and then the beanbag. The space between the treadmill and the beanbag is probably like this much. It is there's enough space to walk there. My feet actually go between the treadmill and the beanbag when I'm planking. So, I didn't say Abiotic Factory. Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. You'll unpat the creature behind you. They're behind me. If I could put them anywhere, I'd put them in my lap. I'd put them right here so I could just, like, you know, fucking scrunch their head. Hell yeah. Come up closer and turn around so that you're looking toward them. Perfect. I don't know if you can place space down, but if you could go down like 3 inches. I don't know if you have that option in desktop. I didn't say abiotic factor, so Yuli, after Xeno, what are you making me do? Hi, Zooey. I'm actually undecided on that, Cairo. I am actually, I'm undecided on what we do after Xenoblade, because we're going to take our break, so I have plenty of time to think about it. However, I'm considering a Tales game. Of Tales, our options are Symphonia, Berseria, Zestiria, Graces F. We've got those to choose from. Outside of Tales, there's also Star Ocean Till the End of Time, which I never beat, and I'd be very interested in beating. I don't know what the options are for playing that online. I don't think that's on, like, Steam or anything. And so that would be like we gotta fucking emulate this, and playing a co-op game emulated sounds fucking horrendous. But it's... Star Ocean Till the End of Time was a thought I had recently that's like, oh, I am very, like, that seems very, very appealing to me. If Star Ocean, and it probably won't be Star Ocean, it'll probably be a Tales game. Of those options, I feel like Symphonia would be the best, because Symphonia is the classic. Symphonia is like the breakout game in the West that for a lot of people was their first Tales game. And I feel like that would not be a bad Tales game to play. It's chunky. It's crunchy, it is dated, it is janky. If you thought the combat in Vesperia had any clunkiness to it all, oh, baby, you are not ready for Symphonia. But I would say Symphonia has a better world story. But I don't think the characters are as fun. It does some tropey thing, not tropey things. It does some cool things for characters. Like at one point with Xenoblade, somebody was like, who do you think is going to be the 7th character? Is it this? Or do you think you have to choose between them? And that was like, oh shit, that's a real thing, because Symphonia has that. Symphonia has, you get this character, or you get this character. Permanent decision. And so, there's, 7th character, Scorp. I think what's most likely is Tales of Symphonia, Cairo. Star Ocean does not sound bad to me. Here's the problem. There's 3 really good Tales games to play still that are available. There's Symphonia, Berseria, and Graces F. And I think all of those would be great choices. Of those 3, I think Berseria would be the best, and probably the 3rd one we play to end on a high note. But between Graces F and Symphonia, it's like there is the crunchy classic or the modern, kind of very experimental one that had the best combat. It would be equivalent to saying, like, do we want to play Ocarina of Time? Or do we want to play... I want to say... Twilight Princess, but you hate Twilight Princess. So I'm trying to think of, like... What's a really good Legend of Zelda game? That's not considered the best one. I don't hate TP. What's, like, a really good Legend of Zelda game that you don't consider the best, even top 3, but, like, you can't really find fault with it. It's not, like, perfect. Hi, Zuby. Spellforce? The fuck is Spellforce? Like, I don't mind doing a single player or something. You keep trying to pick multiplayer things? What is Spellforce? I'd prefer to do multiplayer things. I guess if Star Ocean was single player, we could do that. With you playing and me watching. I don't know if I could handle that. I think the way you can just sit there and watch me play Xenoblade is actually like kind of fucking crazy. That's like I feel like I would very heavily struggle to do that. That is a fucking skill of yours, honestly. What is Spellforce? A game, a couple of games. Creature. Did Sen just sneeze? Avatar work. Chomp. Silence. Play a horror game. Chomp. We're never playing a horror game, Jules. You really don't want him to be productive, LOL. Well, Micaiah, there will be a break. Once we do Xenoblade, I'm like, minimum 2 months of not upholding our deal. This mouth doesn't get that big. Overwatch. Okay. What were you chomping on? 7th character is Glorp. I don't hate TP. For me, it's Breath of the Wild. Joking. I have fun watching. I have fun watching. I can't just watch, though. You're being an only child is showing. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Oh, I can't watch somebody play because okay. I am understanding. I'd sit on the couch and watch my bro play Legend of Zelda games for hours. We will play sub 2. Riddle, you are just like trying to suggest all the things I don't want to play. Oh, we could do my side-by-side Oracle games idea. I'd sit and watch Yulin play horror games. I really don't want to play horror games, guys. I really don't want to do that. That's like, you gotta pay me and a lot to get that to happen. I need my channel points. There he is. His stream title is Magic Missile. Since you want to round out your Zelda repertoire, you are literally, Cairo, you are suggesting your game for my turn. I just want you to realize that. This is like, I want to see Cairo play this game and have this experience. What if we played my favorite game? This fucking guy. This fucking guy, I swear. Feel like watching my older brother play games as a kid. Why I enjoy Twitch so much now? I'd sit. It's easy. I just did another playthrough of Silent Hill 2 last night. Since you went to round out, we'll pick a low horror game for you to play. So how it works is at the end of your playthrough, you get a code for the other game that carries some stuff over. Yeah, and Dylan, I'm struggling to not type Yu. Now I've set it off and on so long. You can type Yu. I'm totally fine with Yu. I just don't like Yu Yu Hakusho. Amnesia, Dark Descent, got it. You guys are bullies. You guys are just actually bullies. No, I am thinking Grace's F or Symphonia. I might leave the decision up to you. I imagine we include Eris, or at least run it by Eris again. We could have up to 4 people, and so long as we're getting 1 day a week, and, you know, sticking to that schedule, I'm totally good with whatever. I just realized I can, like, go up here. There, now it looks like Sen's. And I was thinking I could have just easily moved up. This is perfect. I'm thinking Grace's F for Symphonia. Zelda game with no faults that I think is kind of forgettable. Yeah. I accidentally broke my weight painting and have to do it all over. Control Z. Control Z, Sola. Control Z it back. I want you to play Death Stranding. I am somewhat interested in Death Stranding, but glad I've got 2 friends as horror-averse as I am. Dude, I fucking hate horror stuff. It's just, the stress is not fun for me. And there's people that are like, oh, it's so fun to be like that anxious and be that on edge. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just fucking not. Maybe 4 Swords and 4 Swords Adventures? And like, I didn't realize how broken it was. And it can't be undone. Ah, that sucks. I need to redo it. I can hold your body while you do it. Damn. Death Stranding is like fine 90% of the time, and apparently the second game has even less horror elements. I'm somewhat interested in Death Stranding because it's the walking game. It's very interesting to me. I just don't want to deal with the horror stuff, and like, if I play it, I'd want to make walking videos. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't like having my heart rate dramatically increase quickly. Feels painful now. I don't like the stress and anxiety of it. I really don't like the tension of I know something's coming and I'm waiting for it. I just don't know when. And then something very associated with horror games is a heartbeat sound, which genuinely makes me nauseous. If I hear a loud heartbeat, especially if it's in like headphones, it turns my stomach upside down. It wasn't always like this. Heartbeats didn't make me sick in the past, but I was watching my friend Foss. He was streaming VR chat. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. And he goes to a VR chat map called Heartbeat. And it's literally just a giant heartbeat that's just boom, 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 boom. And like the closer you get to it, the more like intense it gets, the more bass is just fucking pouring into your headphones. And he was like, you know, he's 30 feet away from me. He's like, whoa, this is crazy. It's so loud. I wonder how loud it gets when I get inside it. And so he just walks up to it and puts his head into it. And it was like, it was so intense. And like, he just held his head there for like 2 seconds. And I hear ba-bum, ba-bum through my headphones because I was just watching him stream. And I immediately like threw up in my mouth a little, took my headphones off, ran over to the kitchen and started dry heaving. And since then, if I hear a really thumpy heartbeat in headphones, it like literally turns my stomach upside down and I get sick from it. It's literally like he flipped a switch. It's just, he flipped the switch, heartbeats make me sick now. And it's like, what the fuck? And like, I've told him this and he's apologized for it. I don't know what he would have done. Like, I don't think he needs to apologize because like, how the fuck do you expect something like this, right? But it is like, there's a lot of games now that I'll be watching somebody, and it's a game I've watched in the past, and they get low health or they're dealing with like a tense situation and heartbeat turns on, and I'm just like, can you turn the heartbeat off in the options? Because it genuinely makes me sick. And if they can't, I'm just like, I don't watch you play this game then. I'm not going to say that to them, but if they're like, no, I can't turn the heartbeat off, I'm just like, okay, well, muting this tab and watching somebody else. Phasmophobia? I will not watch people play Phasmophobia. That is such an intense heartbeat that just literally makes me want to throw up. I think Skyward Sword also has a pretty intense heartbeat that, maybe it's not Skyward Sword. There's one of the Zelda games that, like, they have a thumpy heartbeat when you're low health, and it is like, I hate this. Ugh. You can in some areas. There's horror. But there's also games that have great mechanics that have side of horror. Subnautica is a good example of that riddle. I don't really care for either of them. Yamakai that came with your survival instinct. To be fair, it's walking for like 10% of the game. Especially the beginning, it's relatively flat. Actually, it would be kind of hype if we could get 4 stack for 4 swords. I feel like you'd have to heavily mod the game to get walking videos due to third person. Yeah. Exactly, avoiding horror is survival instinct. Hire the white guy to die first in a scary movie because he checks out what the scary noise was. Literally, yes. I think that's his strategy in Blackout. I hate when the heart beats. Fuck was that Edgar Allan Poe? The body buried in his wall thing? No laying your head on people's chests, I guess? Oh, I hate it, Jan. I've had that experience with Shocky where, like, we're cuddling. I put my head on her chest and I just hear she had the heartbeat, prefab for her avatar, and I just thump, and I immediately shot up and I was like, I just heard your fucking heartbeat. And she's like, yeah, do you like it? And I was like, no, turn it off, turn your heartbeat off. And she's like, wait, what? And I was like, I'm not gonna cuddle with you if you have that fucking heartbeat. And she was like, oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Shit. Yeah, the Phasmo heartbeat is part of the gameplay too. You can't turn it off. Actually, me and Blackout, why not? You can actually see how short I am in Phasmo since I'm just sucked to the ground, Lamau. Do you have problems listening to music with loud bass? there have been like very few songs that just the bass kind of simulates a heartbeat and it like starts fucking with me. But typically no. Typically, hi sis. Typically the bass in a song doesn't get me that much. Come play Unrailed with Damo and I? God damn it, sis. Right now? Dude, I'm about to take a nap. I'm about to crash hard. I would love to play Unrailed with Damo and you. I can't do it today. Today is not a good day for Unrailed. I was thinking Terraria with you tomorrow, sis. If you'd rather do Unrailed, I'd be super fucking down for Unrailed tomorrow. Oh, Apple Arcade added Vampire Survivors. So you want to do multiplayer because you don't think you could watch me play a game? Yes. I'm also completely ignoring all of your suggestions, Cairo, because it's my turn to pick a game. With all DLC for free, I'm stoked. You and come play Unrailed. Turn your heartbeat. Stop your heart from beating. Just die high right now. Unrailed. Turn off Seldon Hug. Isis. Lamau. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, you got to plan shit. Unrailed 2? I want to see this. Damon just suggested Unrailed, and I was like, do you have 2 other people? I'll go ask Ewan. Mike, Jan. It's his turn on the Xbox. Will Kyra be playing the game you suggest? Is that how it works? Yes. Yes. So, if it's multiplayer, I'll be playing it with them. If it's single player, whoever's turn it is will be playing the game. Will not be playing the game. So the first game we did was Tales of Vesperia. We played that with Cairo, me, and Eris. I only asked here because I knew you'd say no. I fully expected that. I'm about to take a nap. You fucking dick. You fucking dick. When Cairo wanted me to play Xenoblade, it's a single player game. And so I play it because I'm getting the Xenoblade experience, and Cairo can't play, so he's watching with the Navi experience. I don't think I could do the Navi experience. I don't think I can just sit there, especially for a JRPG. If it was something like a 10-hour, maybe a 20-hour game, I think I could. But a JRPG that's like 40 plus hours, I don't think I can sit there as Navi the whole time. I think I'd have fucking Uma Musume open while watching. Euland is Navi, Lamau, LOL. I don't think I can do the Navi experience. I think Cairo is fucking strong as shit for being able to do that. After Xenoblade, it will be my turn to pick the game. I will probably pick a Tales game. Although I am somewhat debating Star Ocean. Although Star Ocean is single player, so... I can't decide. I can't decide between the next being Grace's F or Symphonia. If they came out with Xillia. If Xillia gets a remaster before the next game we play, and that's not gonna fucking happen. I would easily pick that. I would pick that one in a heartbeat. Pyro is base. Xenoblade is peak. Simple as. Oh, I'm tired. I was told yesterday that Arisu and Will are going to be our tanks for our WoW raid, which comes out in 2 weeks. I'm kind of like, oh man, they didn't even ask me to tank. I told Will if he wants a DPS or heal, I'm able to fill. But I have been thinking Shadow Priest. It's kind of this weird thing where I'm like, I want a DPS, I want to play Shadow Priest. And everybody's like, okay, we'll tank. And I'm like, you didn't even ask me to tank. Harumph, you didn't even ask me. I don't know, my feelings are dumb about this. Xenoblade is peak. I need to play 2, but what I hear, the combat turns me off. Apparently Xenoblade 1 has the worst combat just because of the Monado. Just because of Purge, Shell, Speed, Enchant. That shit is so annoying. If Star Ocean is single player, I wouldn't mind the Navi experience with more input. Or we could even swap off like every other stream, LOL. Would that keep you engaged? No. No, I would just want to be playing it. And I don't like the idea of... I don't like the idea of you picking Star Ocean because that's my game and you've never played it. I would almost prefer we do this... He was forced to watch Star Ocean, lol. The closest I can think of, Cairo, is that we play it together. So I play it and you play it. So, like, you'd be streaming it, and then I would stream it on Discord to you, and you would mute the Discord stream, but we could just see where I was on your stream in, like, a small corner of the stream for, like, 1/8 of the screen. That would probably be my most ideal way to play it. But I don't want to... Would that be bad for my turn? Not necessarily. I might say that. I'm probably just gonna stick to Tails just because it sounds easier. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm not totally against you playing through Star Ocean, me playing through Star Ocean, and we just go through it together. We're just like, hey, what do you want to do? Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's go do that. We'd have to come up with a system for who decides what we do, because I think you're gonna rush down story, and I'm gonna be like, let's do all the side quests, and it's going to be like a, okay, well, we can't not do story at the same time, so, how are we deciding this? Coin flip. You're okay with it? Then it's bad for you, and okay with that. The temptation is real. What's your take on small talk? Do you like it, hate it? It's like whatever. I'm totally down for small talk. I'll tell you right now, small talk that I hate is very repetitive small talk. If it's like a fucking checklist, I don't care for it at all. There's been a few people who they got in the habit of every single day they would send me a message, how was your stream? And I was like, I hate when you ask this. This is just so, like, if you care, you would have been there. And, like, if you just want to start the conversation, like, start it another way. Copy pasting how was your stream every day was driving me nuts. My dad does this. Every single day, I go and eat potatoes for dinner, right? And he'll ask, hey, Yulin, what are you cooking for dinner? Is it potatoes? And it's like, you don't get like brownie points for guessing right that I'm eating potatoes. It's if you ask me the same thing that you did the day before to start a conversation, to me that is a very, like, I hate this. But just small talk, like, I don't mind small talk. I'm not against it at all. The temptation is real, trust. He was forced to watch Star Ocean. Oh, I'm okay with that. If you're okay with it, then it's bad for you. Oh, coin flip over disagreements could be so hype. I'd make a channel point redeem for a do-over if viewers want the other person to win. Have channel point betting on who wins the disagreement. Oh my goodness. I am fast getting tired. I am probably playing Shadow Priest next patch. There is a small chance I play a tank. I could see myself playing Warrior Tank. I like this idea, Yuli. I kind of like it too. I'm very like, because I can see the situation where you win the coin toss. You, like, say, we're going to a boss, and I'm sitting there like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready. We're not ready for this. And you beat the boss, and I'm sitting there like, I'm struggling with the boss and dying. And, like, if you're beating the boss and dragging me to bosses, and I'm not beating them and have to switch it to easy mode, or it's like, I have to go grind, I can't beat this boss, nothing would make me, like, hate that game more than that experience, Cairo. So I'm very, like, that's a very niche situation. That's, like, a very specific, like, a lot of pieces have to fall into place for this. But in that situation, my competitive nature would absolutely kill this game for me. I have 60k points in Kairo's channel. I need something to do with them. You were here earlier, right, Sleepies? Right? I have an easy way to check. No. No, you weren't. Maybe I'm just thinking of yesterday. Hi, Sleepies. Sleepies, I have a Sen in my lap. Aren't they so cute? Ultimately, it's up to you. I mean, even if I/you beat it, the other doesn't, we can go grind together. Yeah, but I would just hate that situation. I would hate that situation of, I couldn't do the thing Cairo did. I'm holding him back. He's literally just outright better than me. Everybody knows it. Everybody saw it. To me, that's just like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. I'm so competitive, Cairo. I hate losing more than I like winning. And I hate losing. You're too competitive, mister? I am. Yes, it literally prevents me from having fun with things. I don't see us doing this for a long time. Because, like, I'm not gonna... I don't really want to pick Star Ocean for my game. If we could have played together, if we could have played co-op, I might have. But, like, I'm less inclined to do this method. I'm more inclined to, like, pick Tales. I'd really like to play Tales of Xillia, because I never finished that game. I don't care about losing or winning. I just like winning if I can push buttons over it. Yeah, it's a really bad combo between the two of us, Cairo. Because, your best scenario is my, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And this is now miserable. What I could do... We could do Tales of Berseria next. And then Xenoblade 2. And then potentially... Tales of Xillia has come out as a remaster in that time. Because this would be, you know, almost a year out from now. And then, after that, you know, if Xillia's out, we play that. If not, Star Ocean. And then Xenoblade 3. I'm not entirely against that. I don't know. We've got so many JRPGs planned, Cairo. I feel like part of me is like, we should not be adding more. We should not be adding more. This is a mistake. We should not be adding more JRPGs to the pile. It is such a, like... We're rushing down Xenoblade 3 days a week. And it just feels like I don't have a week. Like, I just don't... It feels like I don't have time to spend with other people. I'm having fun with Xenoblade. It's just like... I've completely dropped Terraria. I haven't completely dropped it. Zelda and I are hopefully playing it tomorrow, but... it's just... It's one of those things where it's like, it's a win-win / lose-lose. I either have time for other things, or I, you know, get to have fun playing Xenoblade. Or you look at it as, I'm losing all of my time to Xenoblade, or I'm not getting JRPGs done with Cairo. It's an endeavor that I just wish I had more time. A new species of stick bug was discovered in Australia. So you guys know the stick bug meme, yada yada. They're cute little guys. They literally camouflage themselves as a stick, and they're like, they literally just look like a stick. A new species of them was found in Australia. It's 18 inches long. It is literally a fucking 1.5 feet long. It's like a bug that's just this long. Like, it's fucking massive. Whoa, big stick bug. Hell yeah, stick bug. Don't challenge Elandin. I thought similar since I'm just watching the game. Deadass just doing nothing with my time. But I'm having so much fun. Fuck it, whatever. The log bug. Literally the log bug. With game trailers. Hi, Valmea. With game trailers yesterday, we watched 112 trailers and the Nintendo Direct. There were 3 games that kind of stood out to me. There was one that was like a Horde Survivor that was co-op that I can't remember the name of. I looked at the list today and I couldn't pick it out, so I need to like watch a few of those trailers again to be like, oh right, it was this one. There was Godbreaker, which looks like a very Risk of Rain 2 adjacent game. You know, 3D third person camera, roguelike, different characters. Very much like, ooh, I'm interested in that. The big news from yesterday. The game above all other games. Monster Hunter Stories 2. Soul, did you play Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter Stories 2. Monster Hunter Stories 3 is what was announced. Soul, did you play Monster Hunter Stories 2? I remember when that came out and a lot of us were playing. This was like 2-3 years ago. Actually, 3 or 4 years ago. Monster Hunter Stories 2 was so fucking fun. Think I remember the game? Let me go check. Okay. I want to know if Soul played Stories 2. I like to joke, it's the best Pokemon game in the last 10 years. Only Monster Hunter game I've ever played is Worlds and A Little Rise and now Wilds. It's Monster Hunter IP. It is not a standard like action game like Monster Hunter. It literally plays exactly like Pokemon Legends Arceus. You collect monsters, you tame them. They're friends with you, they fight for you. You send them into combat, and you yourself ride them. And each monster has a typing. It is either power, technical, or speed, and it's rock, paper, scissors. They each also have moves, and I think they get stabbed. So if you have a power monster and you use a power move, that will do more damage, I think. But you want to use the type that's good against this. So like if you have a Tigrex, that's a power type. And so you want to use, I think technical on it. I think power is good against speed. Speed is good against technical. Technical is good against power. And so BRB car problem. Okay. But you can catch like any fucking monster. I think Monster Hunter Stories 2 had like 120 or 130 capturable monsters. Reversed? I got it wrong? Okay. Technical is good against speed. Speed good against power. Power good against technical. It was very, very fun. It's also just a pretty art style. It's Monster Hunter cell shaded, and so it's very like, it's just a very vibrant and colorful way of looking at Monster Hunter, and it's very pretty. It also has a lot of monsters that just aren't in the other games. Lagiacrus was in it, and so when I played Monster Hunter Stories 2, I just bred like a super crazy strong Logi, and that was my main monster for everything. But it actually has a good story. It's like, you compare it to the standard Monster Hunter games, and their story are very minimal. The story in Monster Hunter Stories 2 was actually very involved and in-depth. A very good experience overall. If you ever see it on sale, I highly recommend it. It is a very, very good game. And like I said, when you look at Pokemon games, the best 3 Pokemon games to come out in the last 3 years: Pokemon Legends Arceus, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Palworld. Those are the best 3 Pokemon games in the last 10 years. Damn, sorry, Riddle. If you ever need help, I worked as a tech for a few years. I can try. Just DM me on Disco. Reverse. I've never been gripped by Tamer games, sadly. Unfortunate. Wait, you didn't even like Palworld? I thought you'd be all over that one because of the crafting survival elements, and Lele's server playing that one. Ugh. The Burb joined us. Hi, Burb. I'd give you my lap, but Sen's taking it. And, I want Sen here right now. But hi, how are you this morning? I'm very excited for tonight because I'm excited to show this outfit to the group. It's I don't know if you know Kanashi Noir. He helped me set it up. She gave me the files. Well, okay, Micaiah helped me set it up. Kanashi gave me the outfit. Hi Yuki, hi Baldir. I'm very excited to show it off tonight. Wow. It also doesn't have the Moogle pom-pom. So that's kind of a win. People can't redeem that. I don't play it as a tamer game. My pals just live at the sweatshop. So what, you just take pals that buff your gun damage and then have them at the sweatshop and then just go gunning everything down, Soul? Oh my god. Heck your lap. Give me Sen instead, they be hella cute. No, Sen's mine. Euland, hi. Hi, Yuki. Hi, Baldir. Baldir, Yuki, Icy, who is this? This is Corvu. She'll be streaming later tonight. It'll be a very difficult time for you to watch, Gana. But she does world exploration on Fridays, and I attend that every Friday. We're gonna jump around VR chat. I am thinking, remember that Ocarina of Time map that lets you go through the whole game and whatnot? We went there once and we were there for like 10 minutes. We were like, we shouldn't do this because you haven't played Ocarina of Time yet. I found out that that map has none of the dungeons in it. You can basically only go around the overworld and Hyrule Town. And so I actually think that would be a really cool map to go to tonight. Just to see Hyrule Town. And maybe kind of inspire you to get to Ocarina of Time sooner than later. It's you would not be spoiled on much on the game at all going to this map tonight. I'm so sorry. It's puzzle night? All good. I have found a new secret to help me enjoy puzzle night. And that is playing Uma Musume while you all work on the puzzles. And that is better than me not being there. That's better than me not going at all, right? No! No! Look, I'll be there. I'll have fun hanging out with you guys. I'll get lots of horse races in. And it'll be a good experience for everybody. Oh, this is Corey? Yeah. I played together on the server, but was quickly outprogressed by everyone, so I just gave up. I see. I didn't even play very far through Power. Oh. I'll wrestle you for Sen? No. I'm just Sen's mine. Not yours. Not only mine. Needles, it got updated again recently. Yeah, I was visiting it with Kana 2 nights ago because of the update. I've seen a few of her streams. Beware Palworld. It has not safe for mods now. I mean, that's not something you really have to beware, is it? I think they did light volumes to it, like the last 3 or 4. Finally, I can play it. Part of why I always just do housewifing in multiplayer survival is because people often progress through those games way faster than me, and I start feeling left behind. Yeah. I almost play them solo, Soul. So, like, not this last time, but I think recently, actually, it was probably like a year ago at this point, Fenris did the V Rising server. And I was like, I basically played as a solo player game. And while Naru, Gale, Boss, and Fenris were just like pushing to the end game, and I'm just like, I've made my house, yippee! Check out Lover's Lab. Blush. Elin might also be hypnotized by the antenna. Is it Corvu or Cor-a-woo? I'm gonna... Okay. It's Corvu. It's Corvu. I'm here with my lovely friend Corvus. It's actually Corvu. What? No, you're gaslighting me. It's Corvus. No, it's Corvu. I've been calling you Corvus for 5 years. What do you mean it's Corvus? God, that was so fucking funny. Did I hear Lover's Lab? You did. You did hear someone suggest Lover's Lab. Only time I've managed to keep up is doing Abiotic with Fenris and Lay on her streams. Yeah. The third end? And a short stint of Vintage Story? I thought I saw you keep up in Conan as well as... What was that one game? 7 Days to Die. It's Corbic, you both wrong? It's not both wrong, it's literally... I guess you're saying me and person saying Corvus. I don't know, I think at one point I just got it. I think I messed it up for a few times. I think I really wanted to say Corvus for a while, even though she told me Corvu. And I think I just, at one day it just clicked. It's like, no, it's Corvu. 7 days? Nope, I pretty much just built stuff and gathered resources. Oh. 7 Days to Die has been in meltdown mode with the new update. The devs are such assholes, Lamau. Oh, you hate to hear that. Oh, I'm tired. Did I go through all my notes? Zoro and Sanji cosplayers did the Coldplay Affair thing. Game trailers, Monhunt Stories 3, Godbreakers, and the other one. New species of sick bug in Australia, 18 inches long. Probably playing Shadow Priest for WoW patch. Oh, the trading post comes out today. Logitech. You've probably already seen the trading post, but that comes out today, and I'm super excited for that. Core mentioned, as for Conan, I didn't keep up with that either. Pretty much the same. I built stuff. They've always been like this, though. Basically, you play the game their way, or they break the game to stop you, then ban you from everything they can if you complain. How do they ban you if, like... I guess they ban you from the forums and whatnot. That's shitty. Before I head out, I have one little tidbit of information for all of you. Consistency in all things is key. The last stroke makes you nut. This doesn't mean the first stroke was useless. Success is a continuous effort. I think that's pretty good advice, Core. I think that's pretty solid advice. Unfollowed. Am I wrong? For what? For anything. You know, if you want to build a community night for something, you got to keep at it every week. If you want to master a skill, you got to practice regularly. That first time when you fail, when it goes really poorly, that time is still just as important as the other times. The last stroke makes you nut. This doesn't mean the first stroke was useless. Success is a result of continuous effort. Can you not say? Can you not say stroke or nut? What? I feel like it's a good metaphor. Joke's on you, all I need is one. On this post I saw about this, the first comment was, what if the first and last one are the same? Fucking what? Joke's on you. I hate that you are not wrong. What the fuck is this new age, privilege quote? Joking. Walking our way over. What the fuck? Socials. We have a good target today. We have some, well, we have a good target every day, but this is one that they've been very much spoiling me, so I'm like, kind of happy to see them still going. In one, flying, behavior, auto level pitch. Am I close enough to the thing over here? Look at these two. Juice and Gran just waiting in the wings for a nap. Put it there. I need to get up. I need to get up. Oh, I was. What did you clip there? Can you stroke my success healing? Sure. Thank you, Icy Fire, for the socials. What the fuck is Koyo playing? Mage Arena? Huh. Anyway, we're going to Stalking. I don't even know what she's playing. But we're going there. Last report? Game looks kind of spooky. But that's okay. Mage Arena might be the new flavor of the week. Flash Raid. Stalking you. Wait, hang on. I spelled that wrong. Flash Raid. Stalking. I've been calling them stalking and thinking about like stockings, right? What is raid going through? Invalid username. I spelled it wrong 2 times. There we go. Okay. I was really struggling there. Look at Pixel. Thank you, Ewan, for the great time. Mage Arena might be the new flavor of the week. Thanks for streaming by you. It's literally just clicking with me that their name is like, I'm stalking you. I've literally just been looking at the stalking the way they spell it and thinking like, stalk you. I feel so stupid for this. Blind. We're going to Stalking. She's playing Last Report. She's been very nice in spoiling me. Tonight we will be doing World Hop with Cores. Here to watch Core if you want to see more of me. And also just Core's fucking great, so you should want to see more of Core. Xenoblade will come back Monday. I don't think I'll be doing any extra stream stuff Saturday or Sunday. But we will have our usual walks those days. Thank you everybody for keeping me company. Thank you Trogdor for being a fucking freak and giving me incline again. I'm gonna sneeze. I love you. Bye.